You may have heard a story about Bungie that's quite absurd. A guardian that ran the raid 40 a time, not getting the exotic, saying the game committed a crime. For months and months he was a hater, telling all the woes of poor Gatr. But thanks to a leaked phone call, we can finally reveal what took place that fall. Hi, you've reached the Bungie RNG department.
Hey, so, I was just wondering, hypothetically speaking here, could you per se stop a Guardian from getting the Vex to drop?
Hypothetically speaking, yeah, it's possible.
This is gonna be great. How much will it cost?
Cost? Do you understand the weight of what you're asking? Preventing a Guardian from earning loot from a game they spent their hard-earned money for? It's like asking Thanos to snap his finger, God to part the seas, Neo to liberate humankind from the machines. One does not simply pay to stop others from receiving raid exotics.
How's $5 sound?
Make it $10 a week, and you got yourself a deal. Now, what's their Bungie name?
Yeah, we so have a deal. That's going to be G_A_T_R. And don't forget those underscores.
Man, I would hate to be that guy. Oh well. Hi, you've reached...
Hey, it's me. So, my buddy stopped running the raids because he can't get it, and I can't keep paying you for it. So, I think he just gave up. So, I'm just not going to pay you anymore.
Well, if I stop getting my money, then you know what I have to do. Hi, you've reached the Bungie RNG department.
Wow, so you guys do exist. I found your number on a Google Doc my buddy Hazel left open. So, can I pay to get the Vex? You know, I've run this thing like 100 times. I still haven't gotten it to drop. I don't know what the hell's going on.
For $100, it's yours.
Well... Fuck. I did just get that Battlefield 2042 refund from Steam. You're sure no one's gonna find out, right?
Not a soul.
Imminent detain, off to the right. Off to the right.
Imminent, don't care. Nice. Come on, baby. Show me the way. Show me the way. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I can't believe this. I can't f***ing believe this.
Why did you get it?
I got the Vex.
Yep, there's an engram on the ground, Yeller. Oh, he got it. He did. I see it on screen.
This is amazing. Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for chilling with us today. Welcome to episode 130 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple dads that love all things in the Destiny universe, and we talk about it. We also interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. We're the show that asks, who do you wager will die at the end of Season of the Lost? I'm your host, the Gatr, and my co-host Hazel is here as well. Hey, man, better week or no?
No.
Oh,
no. I've been sleeping on my couch for over a week now. It's lovely.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, my wife's still not feeling good and stuff like that. She's getting like 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, I thought you'd be over by now.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
So we took her back to the doctor. So she got tested for the flu and the Rona. And she tested positive for the flu, and she got the whatever the super duper test is for the Rona. And she's waiting to find out about that one. So she could have the flu Rona or the fluvid, whatever the hell they're calling it.
Yeah, I got you, man.
So yeah. Yeah, I've been sort of like in a daze, so I apologize for anything I say or don't say on here.
Okay, I'll throw the disclaimer out there later.
Yeah, perfect. But besides that, just a quick sad PSA to everybody here. So a friend of mine, well, with my wife's, that kind of thing, her father died today.
Oh, no.
Just like completely unexpected and stuff like this. So just, make sure you tell your loved ones how much they mean to you. You know, because you just never know, unfortunately.
Yeah, no days guaranteed. Enjoy the win when you have it. Exactly. So, how about you, man? How are you? Well, I know you finally got your dares done, right? You get all your dares done?
All but 5. So I'm not too brokenhearted about that. So
you're almost there.
Well, I mean, I've got the ship. I've got all the stuff already. The 5th one is basically just for the shard.
Yeah, so. we were in orbit on raid night this last Wednesday, and I was like, man, I want that ship. And Hazel's like, yeah, that's my ship. I'm like, yeah.
No, that was after you asked. You're like, whose ship is that?
Yeah, whose ship is that? It's my ship. Hazel says. So yeah, I was a little jealous. It was all lit up and emitting energy and stuff. I was like, man, that's so cool. Got to get that. And meanwhile, I've done 8 runs. I did what I had to get the Forerunner going. But yeah, it's been kind of a lukewarm week, man. I can't really say anything great this week other than we've been playing a ton of Destiny. I mean, we had, you guys had your scrim night on Monday. I was at the gym and didn't make it back in time. Hopefully that went okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That was glorious.
Good fun.
I mean, yeah, it was fun. Oh man, I think we were short like 2 people and then 1 person showed up and I mean, we got it to work and it was good times all around.
Yeah, it's always fun. I hate it when I miss those, but Monday nights are so tenuous for me. But then we played Banner Tuesday night. Wednesday we did some raids with the clan. We did another Vault of Glass. You got myself and Mile High Magi, our Vex catalyst, and no Vex drop for anybody. Imagine that. Poor AJ. Anyway. Okay, local.
We'll get him his. Don't worry.
Well, we're going to get it for him. Let's see. Local weather, Mr. Fudd. 50 degrees. Thanks for sending that cold crap our way, man. I hate 50. That's way too cold in my book. So.
Oh, wow. It's so cold at 50 degrees.
Oh, hey.
50 degrees. I'm breaking out shorts. I'm like, we're going.
You got the board shorts on? Oh, no shit. Oh, God.
Like, let's go.
That's a summer morning for me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not wearing underwear for 50.
No, that's winter for us. Hey, before we introduce our guest tonight, I wanted to shout out our Patreons, man. We started our Patreon drive last week. Last week. And man, people have stepped up. Thank you guys for helping us make our podcast better. I cannot wait to divert these funds right back into our podcast and into our community. So, I had to say that because I was blown away. A little tear came out of my eye when I got that email that Mr. Monkey was our very first. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Enough of my shilling and, shameless plugs. Tonight we have our very first guest of 2022. And he's been a member of our community actually for a while now. He goes by several names in our Discord. He's changing every week, but we know him from his OG name. It's Mr. SharpValor. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I am happy to be here. You have no idea.
Dude, I've been looking forward to this. You are one creative guy, man. And if you heard our little intro skit, as I like to call it, that was all SharpValor. So I think Hazel pitched in too. I must give credit where credit's due. I think you guys both worked on it. So that was funny.
Well, it was 99% him. I just threw in the Battlefield 2 comment.
Oh, that was priceless, man. That was so timely. Yeah, good job.
Well, it was definitely a Frankenstein's creation because the original idea was just to reenact what happens on Scrim Nights, where both me and Hazel just snipe you endlessly, and all we hear when we get back into the general chat is "damn it,"
is the GD word. Yeah, I say that every time.
But then Hazel was like, "Hey, I have a different idea," and I don't know, it sparked something. I was at work and I had to text him. I was like, "Yo, I liked your idea." It gave me a different idea, and then as soon as I sent him my 3 or 4 sentences, all I get is "I love it," and then the rest was history.
Yeah, between you two, man, both creative minds. I mean, Hazel's always given me ideas for little intro blurbs and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Part of fun of podcasting, man. That's part of the fun of it. So, well, here's what we got on tap for tonight's show, gang. First, we want to know more about SharpValor, and I thought you were on our show in the past, but then I figured out the guys at Guardian Hub scooped you up. You were on our short list, and the guys at Guardian Hub scooped you up and interviewed you. And I was like, well, they beat us to it. It's on us. That's on us. So tonight we're going to hear your story and, take a peek into your life, see what's going on. And we're also going to test his Twitch reflexes in our new and improved Fast Fire segment we call the speed run with our newly added questions from our community. It's crazy, Hazel. This list just gets getting bigger and bigger. I can't wait to see what he can do tonight. Hazel has a recap of this week at Bungie. Good and bad news from what I hear. Also, we have some Destiny talk to get into, and we're answering community questions and adding 2 songs each to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. All right, let's roll. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or, you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or Hazel, just visit our website at GuardianDowncast.com for all the contact information and where else you want to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Don't you or me, man. Anyway, so hey, Guardians, check us out, and later, Guardians.
Toddles.
Hey, that's my line, man.
Sharp. Man. Hey. I'm so glad that you're on here, man. Definitely. I really, truly am. I swear, I thought you'd been on here before. Maybe a clan cast or something.
It's so funny.
I can't remember. I could have sworn he was on our show.
Oh, it was the funniest thing. Gator's like, "Hey, you should come back on." I was like, "Come back on?" Never been.
He called me out. Oh my God.
Bravo.
I said, "Man, you had such a great impact on the first time you were here." And he goes, "You do know I wasn't on the show yet, right?" I'm like, "Really?" I had to go. I literally went back into all of our episodes. I said, "Damn, I can't believe it. We haven't had him on the show."
I'm not gonna lie. I had to secure my speed run attempt, and I had to make sure that I got interviewed because, you don't just go on the Guardian Downcast and not get interviewed.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm glad that this is your first time. I think part of the thing is that you've been around so long and so much that I think we just sort of assume that
that's it,
that you've been on before.
He's been in our raids. He's been in our scrims.
Yeah,
true.
Exactly.
Yeah. We were in the raid race together.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I can't apologize enough for that.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry, dude. I thought we had you in our show already.
But so, well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up? What do you do? Family, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I was born and raised in a small little town called University. It's called College Park. I actually live by the University of Maryland out here in, you guessed it, Maryland. Born in DC, but live in Maryland. So I'm also an East Coast guy. Woohoo!
Nice.
Repping the East Coast.
Yes.
Little bit about me. My mom is from Argentina, and my dad was born here. His parents from Kansas. So I like to tell people I'm half Argentine and I'm half white.
Nice.
And
what a mix. That's awesome.
Yeah, my dad always gets on me for it though. He's like, "How come you always put the emphasis on Argentine, and then you sound kind of like sad about the white part?" And I'm just like, "Cuz Argentine sounds exotic." When you tell people you're American, they just, they already have their concept.
Stupid American. Yeah.
Yeah, but Argentine,
Yeah.
Some people know about Argentina, but not everybody. So
it's spicy, It's like, ooh, wow, this guy's got some flavor to him. Okay,
Oh yeah, it's always fun when you're out about because most people don't think I speak Spanish, so I'm very fluent, and it's always fun to go out in public and hear, especially when you do something they don't like and they start
start bitching behind your back.
Mm-hmm. And then you just turn around and you're like, bueno, que tengas un buen día. And then they look at you like, oh no.
You're one of those people.
Tip, am I?
But it's been cool having growing up with two cultures. My mom is what I would call the crazy one, and my dad is more so the calm one. So we always like to say she's the fun one and he's not.
Well, he's from Kansas. I mean, there's not much fun from Kansas.
No. Just his parents. Just his parents.
Wow. Okay, direct your hate mail
Shots
to
fired.
G_A_.
So,
don't forget those underscores.
Yeah. So, who do I send the lawsuit papers to?
That would be Mr. Hazelnut. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say shit about that.
No, I'm ribbing a certain group of people. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I mean,
no, it's cool. It really kind of opens up your mind. I like to tell people, one of the things that I try to do is to incorporate Argentine culture into my life, even though the running joke is that I'm like 2% milk, because that's about how much Argentine I am. If we look at culture wise, like I am hands down American, but there is that 2% Argentine in me where I can actually cook what is called an Argentine asado. It's basically an Argentine barbecue. We buy like a whole bunch of different cuts of meat, throw them on the grill. You invite friends and family over. And instead of a party where you have like buffet style, it's more like you come at the time that they told you to and nothing's ready. And as soon as you arrive is when I throw the meat on the grill. And then for the next like 2 hours, we're going to talk and just, hang out, have some time together while the meat is preparing. And then finally, when the food is ready, I bring it inside. Everybody's looking at me because they're hungry. It's been 2 hours. They were promised food. They didn't get food for 2 hours. And then when they finally get their first bite, there's just something about that just gets me.
Hey, Hazel. I must be part Argentinian because that happens all the time at my family get together.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, I don't think that's exclusively Argentinian. I'm sorry to say that and break that to you, but my dad is the same way. So.
Now, I have been in an Argentinian restaurant, and it's very much like that. They have all kinds of different kinds of meat. I mean, from all kinds of animals, and they put it on like a big open, like a big open grill indoors, and they bring you like these skewers. And they just keep bringing the meat to you. I'm like, dude, I'm on pop here. You can't bring me any more meat. I'm good. And it's like one price. And they just bring that. I remember this place, unfortunately, is not in business anymore, but man, what a concept. So is that kind of what you're talking about? It's just like you just overflow the table with cuts of meat and stuff?
Yes.
That's
it's
awesome.
like 80% meat, 10% salad, 10% potatoes.
Nice.
But it's mainly a protein-filled meal.
I got you.
Like that's it.
80% meat. So yeah.
80%, yeah.
Yeah,
80% meat.
Low carb, baby. I like it. Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. Hey, Sharp, how did you find Destiny, dude? I mean, did you start in Destiny 1 or did you start in Destiny 2?
I did start in Destiny 1.
Okay.
So it all goes back to, I was playing Halo Reach. I finally got the new console, the Xbox 360. I'd been asking my mom for it for my birthday, and she got me the Halo Reach edition, which was super dope because when you would turn it on, it would make the launch pad sound. So as soon as you turn it on, it'd go, what? And it was just the coolest thing ever.
That's so cool.
And so a lot of my friends knew that I played Halo, and my best friend at the time, he's like, dude, I'm looking forward to this new game that they're coming out with. And I was like, they're coming out with a new game? He's like, yeah, man, it's called Destiny. And like, you can play with other people and you have these activities that just happen randomly. And like, people that are around you can join in and you can all fight stuff together. I was like, dude, that sounds awesome. And then actually got into the game and it was just public events that weren't even that random.
Yeah,
But that's how I got into it. My best friend, he really hyped up the game, and so I had a lot of anticipation to play it. And the funny thing is, he didn't even buy the game.
Wow. He got you all hyped and then decided he didn't want it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, life happened, you know.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I have to give him a lot of thanks because Destiny was one of those games that I really fell in love with just right off the bat. Because there was nothing really like it at that time.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah. Well, speaking of video game, what was your very first and earliest video game moment? Can you remember back?
Man, that is a hard one. I'm honestly going to say back when like computers were coming into schools.
Okay.
Mind you, I was born in 92.
Okay.
So when I was in elementary school, I think it was like, we were just hitting 2000 and computers were starting to come into public schools.
Okay.
And they had this video game that teaches you math with these like little familiars. I don't remember what they're called. It might have been Zoombinis. I think they were called Zoombinis or something like that.
Okay.
But basically the whole video game was you doing math or reading to advance your character throughout this island. Like you're exploring an island and you have to get to the end point because your plane crashed and you want to get off the island. And that was like my first true video game, I guess you could say.
Wow. And so
Nice.
So you probably went Xbox path since you played Halo? Or
You would think that. I originally started with the PlayStation.
Really? PlayStation 1 or 2?
PlayStation 1.
Very nice, dude.
Yep. I kind of kicked myself though, because back in those days, I feel like it was a really hard fought battle between the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation, because both had really fun games.
Well, PlayStation had the
I could see
disc.
that.
I mean, they had the disc. That was a breakthrough. I mean, we had dealt with these stupid cartridges that didn't work after so long. And when
They always worked. We just had to blow into it.
Literally, it was just
Don't fuck.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
No.
You solved all your
Dude,
problems by
no.
blowing into it.
No, dude. I remember blowing and hitting and tapping and doing whatever I had to like
bet
5
you
times. And it finally worked. I was like, you gotta be
no
kidding me.
wonder.
There's gotta be a better way. Gotta be a better way.
You hit those cartridges too hard, Gatr.
Maybe
That's what happened.
I got frustrated,
Dude.
baby.
Dude, I mean, if I could find my wife's like Nintendo or SNES, I bet money I could go in there, put it in, it wouldn't work, and then I'd just blow into it, put it in, and it would work just fine.
I know Atari was that way. I didn't know Nintendo was that bad either.
What?
Yeah, they were a little wider cartridges.
Not
weren't they?
a true gamer.
Whatever,
There we go.
dude. I played all those games. It's just been so long since I played them. I was just talking to Kingsley today. I said that I had a Punch Out clip I put in Discord. I'm like, man, I wonder if you can get Super Punch Out on Switch. And they were like, yeah, $20 a year. and you can download. I'm like, hell, I'm gonna have to do that. So, yeah,
didn't you say that this time last year?
No.
Well?
See, I started in the arcades well before consoles were even out, and when the Atari came out with Asteroids,
cares.
all right, and Space Invaders, yeah, I mean that's when I was there at the very beginning. Problem is, I'm just old and I can't remember a lot of the middle stuff, ColecoVision, and never mind.
See, I mean, that's the thing for myself. I mean, I remember all of that because it was like, I mean, I still have fond memories of playing Mario World with my mom. You know, I mean, like getting to the last boss and jumping on like the little Mecha Koopa's head and like throwing him up, trying to get him on Bowser. I mean, that's what I remember. And my mom was over there and she was doing it too. And it was just a fun time. It was awesome.
Well, see, that brings up a good point. Part of the reason why it was so hard to pick between the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64 for me as the kid was at that time I felt like the PlayStation was more of like you play by yourself and maybe one other friend, whereas the Nintendo 64, you could plug in 4 controllers for some games. And that was before they had like a multi-tap for the PlayStation. So it was almost like a given that if you wanted to have like a bunch of friends over, you get the Nintendo 64. I remember there was one game with tanks. And we would play the heck out of that game. Each tank was like a different color, red, blue, green, yellow. And we'd just be shooting at each other all day. It was so much fun. But with the PlayStation, it kind of became like a solitary console.
Yeah. See, Nintendo 64, I never bought that console. I was already on PlayStation and I was hooked, man. That's all I played was PlayStation. I forgot all about Super Nintendo. It was in the rear view mirror by then. So
yeah, because I'd played on the GameCube as well.
See, I skipped that too.
And that was when PlayStation 2 was fighting against the GameCube. Mm-hmm. And then eventually Xbox had just dropped. And believe it or not, what got me into Halo was going over to another friend's house. I don't know why, but somebody else's console is always more cool than yours.
Yeah.
It's always cooler than yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, why?
That's the way it was with me. I babysat some kids who were totally spoiled, and they always got the latest console. That's how I knew about ColecoVision. They had Intellivision before that. Here I am on the old Atari 2600. I'm like, hey, you guys need any babysitting tonight? I'd be like, hey, you guys, go. Yeah, I think your mom said to clean your room. And I'd be just there. Oh, yeah, this is awesome. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. 16-bit.
Yeah, that would be the excuse. Hey, so when are we going back over my friend's house? It's been a while since we've seen them. I need to know if they're okay.
Exactly.
I'm worried.
See, I wasn't allowed to play Mortal Kombat at my house.
Oh.
But when we went over to my friend's house,
yep,
they didn't know I was playing Mortal Kombat, so I could get away with it. And I was only like 10 at the time. So you see, it was always cooler to go to other people's houses to play video games.
You remember the old Mortal Kombat? They would actually cut and paste like fake faces. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, those are great days. Or, it'd be like a newspaper. It looked like a newspaper cut out of the head, and they'd plaster it on there, and it wasn't fluid. You could tell it didn't fit with the video, but yeah, good times.
Oh, you're right, because it was like stop motion.
Yeah. It was like half stop motion and half, I guess it's still 16-bit, wasn't it? Was it 32-bit yet? I don't know if it's 32-bit.
Yeah, it was like a hybrid.
Yeah, it was.
But at the time, it felt like, it looked realistic.
It's amazing when you start jarring this old guy's memory, stuff he starts remembering. But yeah, God, man, I kind of wish I could relive my video game youth just to do it all over again.
See, we talked about this before. And
yeah.
I would much rather relive anything else outside of video games.
Really?
Just because, dude, it's fucking life, man.
Yeah.
There's an outside,
No, see, I was playing baseball. I was doing sports, and in the video games, it was my only downtime.
Gatr, we have a guest.
Oh, well, sorry. You get me on a tangent, I'll just keep going.
I know, and I'm
reeling me back.
Fucking getting the show back on track. All right.
Go ahead.
Sharp. Can I mute fucking Gatr?
No.
All right.
I'll mute myself. Go ahead.
One day. Okay. I have a question personally that I want to know that's not on here.
Okay.
So when we do scrims, you're either on sniper or fusion rifle as your energy weapon.
That is correct.
So what is it about? I mean, have you always been a sniper, like in all like the shooters that you play, or is it something that you're just dabbling in and have a panache for, or what?
The answer to your question is that I hate shotguns. And I never understood how to use a shotgun. I've tried to use shotguns. Can't use shotguns. So I had to learn how to use other stuff. And for a very long time, I followed the true Vanguard method of just pulse rifle with sidearms. And eventually I started realizing that energy weapons are just OP. Like, if you're going at somebody with a sidearm and a pulse rifle, you have to know what you're doing, or you're going to get outplayed by the energy weapon, because oftentimes they're a one-hit kill. And so I started with fusion rifles, and I sucked at first because fusion rifles are 100%, like, you have to become a fortune teller. You have to start predicting the future with fusion rifles for the anticipation. And snipers, I started getting into trials. And I started realizing that if you weren't using a shotgun, you were typically using a fusion or a sniper. Like, those were the alternatives unless you are the absolute exemption, like True Vanguard himself. And so that's kind of what got me into those. And yeah, I've been using them in scrims because I'm still learning how to kind of use them properly. The sniper, I'm not as comfortable with, but the fusion rifle, I have definitely, it's become my baby.
I knew I liked this guy. Yeah, you have the same play style I do, and I follow True Vanguard as well because I have similar play styles to him as well.
Oh, trust me, Gatr, I'm there with you every episode.
Fusion rifles are, you said it perfectly, man. You almost have to, and it makes you a better player. The fact you can time stuff and know when people are going to come through doorways and stuff. It's definitely a higher skill weapon. I know I'm going to probably get hate for that, but fusion rifles are a higher skill weapon because they're not instant like a shotgun.
Oh no,
they're not a push button circle over the body, boom, dead. You can miss one bolt and still have them running at you. So
I don't know. I mean, I think that, they are still,
what?
I mean, to me, they're easier to use than a shotgun because you get something like the Cartesian coordinate. Null composure, something like that. That's rapid fire. You can kill a Guardian faster with that than you can two shotgun. Basically, every shotgun takes 2 shots to kill them for the most part.
But here's the thing, Hazel. You have to not only get...
Here's the thing. Explain it to me, Gabe.
You not only have to get your sights up quick enough when people are running at you point blank, but you have to hit the right mass area or you miss... See it... Yeah. Shotgun pellets the same way now. They've definitely nerfed them a bit, but you have to know where to hit because all these fusion rifles have recoil. They have when you fire you pull the trigger, they have a recoil, and every gun's different. Some pull to the left, some pull to the right, some straight up, and it just takes practice to do.
Oh, and it's definitely you have to aim for the body.
You have to aim for their crotch. You have to aim for their crotch.
If you aim for the head, you're going to miss like half of your shots.
Every time.
They come out alive and you die.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, that's the reason why I say it's not high skill because you can aim center mass.
Oh, it's high skill. It's high skill.
Well, I would
because
say
here's
the
difference, Hazel. I'm going to give you an example. I have a shotgun. Doesn't matter, whatever kind of shotgun. I hit you and you don't, and I don't hit you with all the pellets and you're still running at me. I have a very, very short span of time where I can fire it again. Even the slowest firing high impact shotguns are still faster than a fusion rifle. If I hit you with a fusion rifle and you're still coming at me, I'm pretty much dead. So you have to be so accurate on that very first shot on a fusion rifle. If you're not, you're pretty much dead. Shotgun, you have a bailout. You can always follow up on that shot or punch them. And the animations
can't you? If you miss one bolt with a fusion, you can still punch them.
It's a little bit harder because the animation's slower versus a shotgun. You're coming out of your
I
animation
can attest
shooting
to
it.
that.
Believe me, it's harder.
How many times do you lose that duel?
A lot.
Well, it also depends because, I mean, there are a whole bunch of other variables that go into it.
Absolutely.
It's definitely two different play styles. I would say that the shotgun is a hyper aggressive, whereas the fusion rifle can be aggressive and defensive more so than a shotgun. And it's definitely for more of a, I would say, a cautious player, because you definitely have to pay a lot of attention to your radar when it comes to using a fusion, because typically if they see you first, it's already too late.
Yep. It's just the animation, Hazel. I can't explain it, but the animation on a fusion rifle versus a shotgun is totally different. And it's hard to follow up with a punch.
And it also depends on how far you want to kill them from.
Exactly. That's
like if
that's
you have
another
the
thing.
high impact, that's like 1 second that you have to be thinking ahead of them. And then the main ingredient is like 0.7 of a second.
Yeah.
And then you've got the null composure, and that one's like almost instant, but it's still 0.4 of a second.
And like you just said, Sharp, like you just said, if you hit them from 10 meters out, there's no way you're going to be able to punch them that far away. Even if they close the gap, even if they close the gap by 5 meters by then, you still are going to be swinging at air. Versus a shotgun, you're already in range. You're already in melee range pretty much. That's the difference right there. The animation still, I think, plays into it, but yeah. How do we get on that tangent? Jeez. You know what? The one thing I've noticed about you, Sharp, whether it's in scrims or raids or whatever, you're such an even keel player. Nothing really gets you. Nothing gets to you. And I wish I can control my emotions and keep my head on a swivel like you do. I gotta give that to you, man, because I believe me, I'm always listening. Whoever's in my fire team, I'm always listening and I'm always watching what kind of player you are. And that's the one thing I've noticed is you always have an even kill. You never get upset. You never get flustered. It's pretty cool. I have to admit, I wish I could be a better player like that. So,
well, it definitely takes a lot of practice. I think I definitely leaned a little too hard into the golden rule. And it's basically just, it's a game. I'm here to have fun. I wouldn't want to be a reason for somebody to stop playing the game. And so I try to just take that in and not become a reason somebody wouldn't want to play the game. And lo and behold, a lot of my friends in the clan and stuff, whenever I'm on, they'll want to join me because they know I'm, like you said, I'm easygoing.
Yeah. So that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, hey, I'm looking at our signature questions here, and we have some personal questions I want to ask too. But do you have any past gamer tags that you had in the past that you might want to share?
I've only ever had one.
Sharp, really?
Yeah, SharpValor.
Well, what?
That's it.
All right, then I got to ask you, dude, what's up with the gamer tag?
Okay. So this is a little funny. Basically, I believe the same stuff that Not Arf does, and I can't handle numbers in my gamer tag. I can't do it. I can't handle characters or anything. It had to be a word. Because my mindset when I was 16 making this was, if I ever decide to take this as a career, I want a single word. It has to be something that could sound cool. Because it's very difficult to be, SharpValor 99775, No one will take you serious if you have all the numbers and the characters in there. And the combination of SharpValor was back in high school, for whatever reason, valor was my favorite word. I've always liked lions, and when I think of lions, I think of courage, and I think of valor as well. Courage, valor, and valor just sounded like a cooler word than courage. So for the longest time, valor was kind of like my signature thing. When I would play, well, I guess it's not quite a gamer tag, but when I would play like RuneScape or World of Warcraft. The username I would use was Valor 810 or 810, but I had a falling out with it because I wanted to just go with a single word, and I had to think, what's a cool adjective? And mind you, this is my 16-year-old self thinking SharpValor, and it just kind of stuck, and that's the history of SharpValor.
Well done.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that before you did a podcast with some friends.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at doing that again, or maybe not right now?
The simple answer is yes. The complicated answer is it's complicated. So I had the idea of starting a podcast, and I quickly realized after the first episode, I have a deeper admiration for both of you and the guys at the Guardian Hub and anybody that has a podcast, because coordinating people to get together on a routinely basis to record stuff that's, maybe longer than an hour is not the easiest thing in the world. And on top of that, you have the post-production, and depending on how crazy you go with that, it can take a lot of time as well. Gatr, I think you can attest to that.
Oh yeah, there's a big learning curve, and there's no real easy way to edit. You just have to jump in and just keep making mistakes. That really is how you become a decent editor.
And so with that, the first episode happened, and unfortunately some stuff happened in my life, and I had to take a break from it to focus on my mental health, because, I was transitioning from being just an associate at work to a management position.
Oh, nice.
I was dealing with an illness of my mom. I told you, Hazel.
I remember that.
My mom, yeah. That. Fortunately, Mom's doing a lot better now, and that's kind of the reason why I'm able to start doing this again. We did record our second episode last week, and lo and behold, I accidentally recorded the entire thing using my laptop microphone. So it sounds like I'm on the toilet.
We've all been there. I go back and listen to our first year podcast, and the background noise is just abhorrent. It drives me crazy. And now you'll learn noise reduction too in time. And
thank God I was into music production. So nice. I was into music production when I was younger. Uh-huh. I think around 18, 19,
sure.
20. I was into music production, so I learned a lot about EQ, compression, all the behind the scenes of audio. And so that aspect of it was very simple. It was like the whole getting people together, following a guideline for the conversation, having topics available, getting everybody together at the same time. Oh, I can't make it Wednesday. Well, can you do Thursday? Yeah, I can, but I can't make it Thursday. And so trying to shuffle everything around so that you can get everybody together, it became a little too much. And so I took a pause. But the show was called Whether We Wanted It or Not. As you can tell, I am a little witty. So
your red carpet intro to your first one was so good, man.
Oh, dude, I figured if you're gonna start it, you have to start it with a bang.
You did. I was excited after hearing that. I was like, this kid's got it, man. This kid knows what he does. It's awesome, man.
Thank you so much. And I was so excited to see how many people within the Destiny podcast communities were actually, willing to help a newcomer fresh on the scene. I think it was like my first time messaging both you and Hazel. Yeah. And you guys were like, we'll see if we can fit it in, and we'll do it. And I was like, oh my God, they said yes.
Well, we came from the Dad's Tales podcast, and when they took a break, we wanted to have them on the show, and they never hesitated. And I'm like, you know what, Hazel, we got to pay it forward to if someone asks us to help them with a podcast, we got to help them because people helped us get to where we're at. So it's all about paying it forward, man.
And I thank you so much for it. And it was definitely a very fun. It was great to have so many different audio clips that I could just mash up together.
If you haven't heard this first episode, it's Whether We Wanted It or Not. And I'm subscribed to it on Spotify. I got it in my list here. And I kind of wanted to know what's going on. He kind of took a break. I haven't heard anything in a while. And so are you gonna pick it back up? I know you said you recorded one more episode. I know you have to wear a lot of hats. And thank God I have Hazel. I mean, it's nice when you have a co-host because they can kind of split up some of the duties, and it makes it, like you said, mental health wise, it keeps you in check. So, do you plan on are you having a co-host or anything you want to announce about the show, or are you going to continue with it?
Currently, it's 3 of us.
Okay.
Myself, my friend Jarbarius, and also Vaz. Okay. And the 3 of us kind of make up Whether We Wanted It or Not. Starting off, I kind of ran into it's like, when it's your passion and then you ask people if they can help and they're like, yeah, we're down to help, but it's like your baby. Yeah. So they definitely noticed that I was like cradling the thing. Like, this is my baby. Mm-hmm. And so it was almost like I was wearing the hats because I wanted to, because it was my baby. And now it's, I'm trying to shift that, shift the focus to, okay, I have guys who are willing to be co-hosts, who are willing to help me out. Let me see what they can contribute to the podcast, because obviously they're excited for it too. And so I started asking them, well, if you guys want to do something, if you have topics that you want to talk about, share it with me so that we can come up with kind of like our own unique selling proposition. Because I know that was something I had told both of you, that it's difficult to find your identity as a podcast in the beginning. Yes, very true. Because when I listen to the Guardian Downcast, I'm ready to hear an interview. When I hear the Guardian Hub, I know that they talk a little bit more about the technical aspects of stuff, and I love their analysis on everything. By the way, they're the best hub on the net. And so every time I hear a different Destiny podcast, I notice that they have a different spin on how they talk about the game. Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at with the initiation of the podcast. It's kind of figuring out how we're different from everybody else while still being a part of the same community.
Yeah, great way to put it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to get this in. It is the best hub on the net, by the way. Sorry, I got my new toy tonight. You hit a point there where you said it was your baby, and you had to kind of share it. You had to, you had to kind of let people have some input. You can ask Hazel, and when Easy was with us as well, it was the 3 of us, and I had a hard time letting go of control of the show because I had a certain dynamic or a certain idea of what I wanted in my head, and it's tough, man. It's tough to open your hands and say, all right, guys, what do you guys want to do? And you can ask Hazel. It took a while for me to finally say, all right, Hazel, what do you want to talk about? And I'm still controlling as ever. He'll attest. I still try to control everything, but you realize if you try to control everything, you will lose your mind. You have to take the help when you get it. And just with that little intro bit tonight, I had no idea what we were going to do. And you and Hazel just ran with it. And you just have to have a vision. Where you, and you said it perfectly. It's the toughest thing to know what your identity is as a podcast, because I had no clue what we were. We were playing around, weren't we, Hazel? We were playing around with all kinds of different things. And finally our listeners told us what they liked and what they were okay with. And we've kind of shaped our show a little bit. We still go on forever, but we just like to talk, I guess. But so I just had to say that, Hazel. Just want to make sure I mentioned that.
Yeah. And I've told Hazel on, I think it was like 1 or 2 occasions. I was like, man, you guys are what I call the wholesome Destiny podcast. And Hazel was like, wholesome?
What the F are you talking about? He doesn't like that.
He's like, wholesome? I was like, look, I get that you guys curse here and there, but for the most part, whenever I listen to you guys, I walk away with a smile on my face because you guys really, I love what you guys do.
Nice.
You know, getting to know the community, finding out about people, and it's not just about the game, it's also about the people who love the game itself.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Well
And
said.
that is why I'm so happy to be here.
And I mean, that's why we're happy to have you here,
Yeah,
because of that exact thing, you know, because I mean, quite frankly, I mean, I don't think Scrims would be where it would be if it weren't for you.
Agreed.
I mean, because
Speechless. That's what you left, man. Speechless.
I mean, it's basically just that, I mean, you add so much to it. I mean, and everybody does, but you come, like he said, you know, like you have that air about you where you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to do better this time. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just having fun. And it's things like that that just help a lot.
Aw, you guys are gonna make me cry.
Pause. Hold for it. Hold for it, Hazel. All right, never mind. Maybe later.
Oh, could you not find the soundbite you were looking for?
No, I'm trying to learn to pause and let people talk. I know. Hazel rolled his
Oh,
eyes.
wow.
I know.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it is. I'm trying.
I didn't think Floridians knew how to do that.
No, I took a page from Hazel's New Year's resolutions. I'm just trying to get better. Trying to be better.
Oh, well, I was thinking you guys were on the Guardian Hub last week, right?
Correct.
I did hear the episode, and I think Kingsley was the one who brought up that little article. And listening to it, I mean, I know it was very broad, but one of the types of players that was brought up was the achiever. And that's kind of why I like scrims, because I found that if you just go into Crucible matches and you just play willy-nilly, you're never going to improve. You kind of have to be very intentional with your, how you're playing, what you're doing in the game, kind of like how Ascendant Nomad talks about it. And I've always been that kind of individual where once I find an interest in something, I want to get really good at it. Like, I found out that juggling was a thing. I was capable of doing it, and within 3 days I started juggling, and it's just always been that kind of thing. So when I heard you guys were doing scrims, it sounded like a place where I could practice, but also low intensity practice, because I love how Gatr says it's scrims, not sweats.
Yeah, I've been in sweats. It's brutal.
It is. It's definitely a different atmosphere. I've told a few people, LFG scares me sometimes, just because of the fact that when you do go into private matches, it almost feels like you're in a business transaction where it's like everything's business. We're not here to play games. We're not here to have fun.
Yeah.
It's all about business and making sure that we win the game. And if we don't do that, nobody's having fun.
Right.
And that is not my idea of a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I was in a clan once, like way back when. And that was the mentality, was that, if we're going to win every game, if we don't, you're going to do this. And, there was like punishments, and I'm like, you know what? I'm too fucking old for this.
Yeah. I have a day job. Like, this is a game. I'm here to have fun.
Everybody has their thing. And I've been in some hardcore clans like that as well, long ago. And if you didn't even log in every week, you were kicked automatically. I mean, it got a little crazy. But we don't get me wrong. We want to win. I want to stomp and teabag Hazel just as much as he wants to snipe my head off. We want to win. But at the end of the day, and you know what scrims has done for me? I realize that when I get shot from even a friend, it's okay. Don't need to get upset about it. It's just a game. And I know that sounds very simplistic and like, duh, Gatr. But when I play like Iron Banner this weekend, I just don't take it as seriously now, because I realize, hey, that's just another SharpValor on the other end there shooting at me. He's just trying to join in and have fun too. So, and boy, we had some sweaty teams the other night, and because the player, the player count's low right now because it's the end of the season. Everyone's got their stuff, and Iron Banner's not quite like at the beginning of the season. And I think I got upset maybe a couple times because there was some teabagging going on. But other than that, it's given me a whole new, it's really given me some clarity when I play Crucible now that this guy's not, don't take it personally. This guy could give a shit about, how he killed you, or he's not trying to gloat or anything. So scrims has really helped me mentally. The mental game is where it's helped me.
Well, I think you bring up something that I've always thought about when I'm playing against sweaty teams. I've always wondered why the need to teabag. I've always wondered where that comes from. I know that some people think of it like a mind game where if they can get you tilted and you start getting frustrated, it's easier to win the match. But sometimes it really makes me
focus.
Wonder about the other people on the other side of the screen,
Yeah.
I've learned to not get frustrated by it, and mind you, I will not teabag unless they teabag first, and I only teabag once just to let them know, look, I didn't appreciate it, and here's your due diligence. Here's what you get in return.
See,
but, kind of like you think.
Yeah.
There's somebody else on the other side of that screen,
yeah.
And I've always wondered what's going through their head when they're being quote unquote toxic.
Well, I mean, someone would teabag me, I would go back and teabag them like out of hatred. Now I'm like, yeah, you got me. Now I got you, buddy. And it's almost jovial. I can't. It's just like two guys just talking shit to each other now. I just don't take it as seriously, and that's where scrims, thanks to Hazel, has really improved my mental game when I play Crucible. So, yeah, I think it's a good thing what we're doing.
It's funny that you say that because for me, I picked up the opposite, where basically it's that I can be more competitive and I can put it into another level when I'm doing it. So, I mean, like I was doing Iron Banner this week and I was just like, wow, I racked up like a 10 KD. I didn't go below 1.0, I don't think, except for like one game out of like the 12 that I played.
Hey, Sharp.
And it feels good when you see the improvement.
He got a taste. He's in now.
Oh yeah.
He's smelling.
Well, I mean,
he's got
that's
a taste
the
of
whole
blood.
point of scrims.
Yes.
It's meant to put you in a situation where you have to play with teammates and actually like question what is the other team about to do. And when you start looking at the game from a more tactical mindset and you're intentional about it, you start picking things up. So when you go into sixes, which is for the most part casual, you start picking up on the people who are on the lower skill than you, and they have very repetitive patterns and noticeable patterns that you've now worked out. And so that's definitely what's happening to Hazel. Before we know it, he's going to be like the Hulk in the Crucible. He's going to go around stomping and smashing.
See, Sharp, this is, I thought Hazel would really like Crucible because it is a chess match and he is a chess player. So I figured, you know what? He's going to try to counter what the other, that's my thinking. That, and I always want to be the hardest person to kill on the team. I want to piss that team off where they're sending 4 guys at me. I mean, I really do. That was always a stat that I always loved when, on the Destiny tracker was how long I stayed alive before I died. I mean, staying alive a long time is a skill. You have to know how to maneuver around the map without getting just run over when spawns flip and stuff. That's all game sense, and that's stuff you'll learn, especially when you record your gameplay and you say, what the hell am I still doing in this spawn? I should have rotated with my team to the other side. Instead, I am like a dumb butt, flat-footed trying to take on 3 guys. I'm never going to win that battle. So things like that. Hazel, once you get into the nitty-gritty of team movement and people have PvP players that are really good have tweeted that says And I think Mercules put this out in a tweet this week. I know he's your favorite guy, Hazel. He said movement movement is the skill gap, and I can't agree more. Movement is where your good players are separated from your okay players. It really is the next level. Once you get that final, and I think that's always the final thing for people to learn is movement, because you're always worried about your gun skill. You're always worried about aiming. You're always worried about looking for in your radar and stuff, game sense and stuff. But once you learn how to move with your team and get out of trouble and not put yourself in a spot where you're going to definitely die, that's like the final level, in my eyes anyway, of becoming a decent Crucible player. Anyway.
Oh, well, something I love to do when we're in scrims, if I'm on the same team as Hazel and I know that Hazel is sniping, I will purposefully run full speed ahead in the lane that he's occupying. Because as soon as you turn around that corner,
he doesn't know what to do.
You have to make a decision. Yeah, you have to make a decision. You're either going to get sniped by Hazel or you're going to get fusioned by Sharp.
Yep.
So you have to make a quick decision, and typically it ends in death. Yeah. Respawn.
Yep, pretty much. And I just love scrims. And it was funny too, because like I'd get a map that we played like Javelin for, and I'm like, oh, I know this. And it's like, I know the map really, really well now, thanks to scrims. And it's always like a little piece of candy for me when I'm like, oh yeah, let's go.
Just don't talk about Twilight Gap. They need to take that map to out the back and just shoot it.
Well, it's definitely the same thing with raids and strikes. I remember when I first started getting into raiding, I can't tell you how nervous I was the first time that my first raid that I fully completed myself was Deepstone Crypt. Even though I played Destiny, I tried to do Vault, but I never made it to the final boss. I never made it to Atheon. My friends took me through a checkpoint of King's Fall, never did Crota's End. I think Wrath of the Machine was like the closest thing I ever came to a full raid clear, but also we never beat the boss. So Deepstone Crypt for me was the first raid experience, and I was very, very nervous going into it, even though it's just a game.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no threat to my life.
You don't want to let your team down.
Yeah, I was internally freaking out. And our first go through was 2 weeks after it launched, and it took us 7 hours, and we didn't even make it past Atrax. And that was when I knew I was in the wrong clan. And I eventually made some friends on LFG. I watched the videos. I tried to figure stuff out. And now you'll see me in raids on the regular to help people get raid exotics and stuff like that. So it's definitely the same concept within PvP and PvE. Once you've run a raid certain amount of times, I bet you Kingsley knows like all the best spots to stand for DPS. He knows all the best places to take out certain ads that are nuisances. Same thing for Grandmaster Nightfalls and stuff like that. It becomes muscle memory to the point that you no longer have to think about it. You just act instinctively and go to that spot every time. Same thing in PvP. Once you're in Javelin 4, you know where to stand, where they're going to come out of, where they're most likely going to be. And the improvement's insane when you finally start realizing it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, yeah, it's great.
Now he's Hazel the sniper.
Well, we have to. I know we're going down a rabbit hole on Destiny talk. I love it, believe me, but we have to give him the full interview experience here, Hazel. We got to finish up with our signature questions.
I know that you already asked, how'd you get your gamer tag, that kind of thing.
Yep.
All right. So, sir, what's one hobby you have besides juggling and Destiny and video games?
Oof. Well, what I'm trying to make my career is a hobby, and I'm a photographer.
That's right.
So I'm definitely 100% creative when it comes to the type of person that one could be I'm a creative being. I've always been into music. I've been into drawing, painting, and photography. So just about any type of visual art, and even music. I've always loved all of that stuff. I was freaking out the other day when I heard Gatr talking about being in band class because I was actually a trombonist.
Nice. That's what my son did.
Mm-hmm. And I always say that trombones get a bad rap because we're like the weird ones in
You
bands.
are the weird ones. I'm
The
sorry.
saxophones were always considered the cool kids alongside the trumpets. They were like the hot shots in band, and then the trombones, everyone was like, what are they going to talk about today? Because we were the oddballs in band. And so hobbies would be making music, taking photos of people. When it comes to photography, my favorite type of photography is fashion and beauty. So I like taking glamorous shots and also taking photos that really highlight the essence of a person. And it's really cool seeing the transformation when somebody first comes to the photo shoot. Just like anything else, sometimes they're nervous, they got some nerves, some jitters on them, and by the end of it, when they see the photos, it's like a completely different person. They're exuding confidence, they're super happy with how the photos came out, and you can tell that they walk away a bigger person than how they came in. And that's one of the things that I really love about photography. It gives me a kind of like a way of helping somebody to see who they truly are and the beauty that's within them. And that's why I really like beauty photography, especially when it comes to shooting pretty girls, because if you shoot enough pretty girls, you start to learn that not all pretty girls think they're pretty.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I like to do is just to reinforce and encourage them while we're taking the photos. And it's great to see how they lighten up and brighten up by the end of the shoot. And that's something that really attracted me to photography. And no, I do not shoot any explicit photos. I wholeheartedly am against that kind of stuff. And I don't even come close to like boudoir or anything because, we're in a crazy time of cancel culture and stuff like that, and I don't want to be anywhere close to it. So if you don't do anything cancelable, chances are you won't be canceled.
Well said.
That is well said. Yes, definitely. I have
and that's obviously a question everybody asks. Do you shoot nudes? No,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
No, Hazel was thinking it, but I wasn't.
What?
I have one more.
That's proof that Gatr was thinking.
No, I wasn't. I swear. I have one more question, and Hazel, I'll let you take us out, man. Mr. Sharp, what's one thing about you that maybe our community might not know about you?
Oof. Besides everything else I already said?
Yes, and
Okay.
Gator's a stickler on that. He's like, nope, that doesn't count.
Let's see. Okay, so growing up, I liked wrestling. Watching WWE, sorry. Not the actual sport, but the soap opera for men. Because it's fun to watch. And what I would do is I would practice all of the wrestling moves that I saw on my younger sister. And she's 7 years old, younger than me. And so there I would be, my parents would come into the living room and they're like, what are you doing? And there I am with my sister in a Walls of Jericho. And she's like, help me. And there I am like, no, you won't get out.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I would practice wrestling moves on my sister when I was younger.
Very nice. I like it.
That's great.
My sister didn't appreciate it, but
That's what little sisters and brothers are for. I used to torture my little brother.
yeah, she still hasn't grown up to do any wrestling moves on me though.
All
so
right.
we're all good.
I have to ask you, did you ever hover over your sister, pin her down, have spit coming out of your mouth in like a nice long string, get it almost where it's about to fall on him, and then suck it back up in your mouth? Or was that just me?
I've done that, but not on over anybody. That's weird. Are you okay?
Dude, I used to do that to my little brother and sister all the time. It would freak them out.
You're sick.
I was a bad boy. I was a bad kid. Okay. TMI. My bad. It's just me.
No, yeah, but I would do that because I saw the movie with Adam Sandler. What was it? Where he was a dad? You know which one I'm talking about? Where he adopts that kid and he teaches him how to spit to the ground and pick it back up.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what's the movie called? I'm trying to remember.
Big Daddy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So after seeing that movie, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I would do the same thing.
I got you.
Now, I did the gross version, which is I would do it over the toilet. And I would see how long it could get before it touches the toilet.
You have to practice.
And then bring it back up. Yeah. But never over people.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. My sister would freak.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, that's
Obviously.
Okay, I guess people didn't need to know that. All right, Hazel, take us out, man. Jeez.
Yeah. I didn't need to know that either. So, Mr. SharpValor, do you have a motto or mantra that you live by? Or a couple of them?
Yeah. Something that I've been working on this year that I've been taking wholeheartedly is to be better. I've learned to only compare myself to yesterday. So my goal is to always be better than I was yesterday. And if I can be a little better than I was yesterday, I know I'm on the right track. So that's what I've been holding on to recently. It's not so much about, comparing yourself to where other people are and their heights. It's about just looking back and seeing if you're better than you were yesterday, the year before, 5 years before. And if there's improvement, then hey, the only person you should compare yourself against is you.
The race is long, and in the end, the race is with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was in a song. Yeah, it's in our playlist. I mean, Mr. Buzz Lehrman.
Baz Luhrmann, you mean?
Yeah, the sunscreen song. Yeah. Did I say Buzz? I'm thinking of Buzz Lightyear because that movie's coming out, right?
Fuck me.
I saw the preview last night. I got it in my head. My kids grew up on that movie. Oh, okay. Sorry. Tangent. Sorry, my bad.
You were so funny, Gatr.
My bad.
So much. Oh, Gatr. Okay. So before we end this segment, I'm gonna throw myself under the bus.
Uh-oh.
I have a quick question though.
Mm-hmm.
How unrated can we get? It's not a bad story. It's just a word. But.
It's rated M for mature. I mean, come on.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So I was thinking about this. I told Gatr one day in the Discord that me and him are the same type of person because we are always the butt of the joke. In my friend circles, I am considered the butt of the joke. And I gladly take that position, kind of like how Gatr just runs with it all the time. I always run with it. And I've always had a habit of saying the wrong thing at the wrong time.
I don't want to shout them out.
And sometimes when I am nervous, I will, confuse words for each other. It's not quite dyslexia, but it's like I'll swap words. I'll be thinking of two different things and then mash the words together. And so there I was. We were invited to play at a youth camp. It was a retreat, and we're out in the woods, at a campsite. And we woke up, and the leader of the band, something happened. He wasn't feeling well. He was throwing up and everything. He was gone. He looked at me and he was like, "Look, out of everyone in the band, you're the one who knows how to lead people. Could you run the set this morning?" And I was like, "Sure thing." So there we are. Everybody's just waking up. I get up on stage. We get ready for the set, and I start my little speech, and I'm like, "Hey everybody, hope you all are doing good today. Hope nobody woke up with any deep throats." And
wow.
And it was cold. Okay, it was cold, And what I wanted to say was I hope nobody woke up with any sore throats, and for whatever reason, deep voices was in my head at the exact same time.
Right.
And you can already guess what happened.
Mhm.
So then after the service is over, my friends come up to me and was like, did you really just say deep throat in front of a whole bunch of teenagers? And so, yeah, I've never lived that one down. And now you all know part of the, the kind of person that I am. So, I'm very goofy and silly, kind of like you, Gatr. So I have a feeling that when I am in my 50s, people will probably treat me the same way they treat you.
I used to do that all the time in high school, man.
Mhm.
Especially when I was trying to talk to girls, it would just come out wrong. I'd be like, "Oh shit, run!" You know.
Well,
what I'm saying?
hopefully you never said
No, never said
throat in front
no.
of a whole bunch
No,
of teenagers.
that's
by mistake.
crazy, dude. I've said some
Dude,
stupid
the pastor was eyeing
shit.
me
Oh,
down.
I bet.
The guy that invited me was just like, really? You
That's
just said
awesome.
deep throat on stage. And I was like, I swear it's not what I meant.
I could see if it was young kids, like elementary school, but they were teenagers, so they probably got that.
Teenagers.
They got that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For thank God none of them like laughed or anything. They were all pretty, straight faced the entire time. So I thought I got away with it. But
Yeah.
no. Everyone was like, yo, you said deep throat.
Oh, man. Well, hey,
It's
Sharp.
safe to say we never got invited back.
Sharp, thanks, man. Thanks for sharing your life with us tonight. That was
Yes,
good. That was a great
thank you.
interview, man.
Thank you so much.
You are an
for
interesting
having
dude, man. I'll tell you that. I think we got some speedrun action coming up around the bend, don't we, Hazel?
I
God,
believe we
that
do.
sounded terrible coming out, didn't it? I think we have. I think we have.
Deep throat it.
No, I'm not. I hope. I think we have our very first speed run of 2022 coming up, Hazel.
Yay!
All right, we'll do that right after this.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners, this segment is called the Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 385 randomly asked questions. Damn it! It still sounds like random asked questions. Oh, I give up. And Sharp's going to have 90 seconds to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, guess with the most answer will win a prize and title of 2022 Speedrun Champion. Man, it's just hard saying that digit. God, it's crazy.
Random ass? Is that what you're
No,
having a hard time saying?
2022. I can't believe it's already here. It's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order and just answer quickly what comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from the list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. So Sharp, you ready, man?
Yes, sir. I mean, this is the whole reason I wanted to be on the show.
Okay. All right. All I can tell you is I'll read them as fast as you answer them. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right, Hazel, ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Hunter,
What do you always need to bring when you leave the house?
my phone.
Void, Solar, Arc, or Stasis?
Stasis.
What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Kellogg's.
Favorite ramen flavor?
Ooh, chicken.
Number 1 or number 2?
2.
Strikes, Gambit, or Crucible?
Crucible.
What's your beverage of choice?
Coke.
Story or no story?
Story.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Ooh, me.
Human, Awoken, or Exo?
XO.
What's the best sandwich?
Mine.
McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Favorite smell?
That's weird. Poop.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Europa.
Bumblebee, Beetle, or Camaro?
Bumblebee.
Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
Yes.
Airport or bus station?
Airport.
Alt rock or prog rock?
Prog Rock.
Run or walk?
Run.
Ikora, Kate, or Zavala?
Zavala.
Mario or Luigi?
Mario.
What number am I thinking of?
2.
Controller or mouse and keyboard?
Controller.
Resolution or frames?
Resolution.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Chipotle.
Pulse, Scout, or Auto Rifle?
Pulse.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Egg yolk, cooked or uncooked?
Cooked.
Apple or cherry pie?
Apple.
Humid or dry heat?
Humid.
Hive taken or scorn?
Hive.
Time travel or teleportation?
Teleportation.
You want to let him answer that? Because I think I stumbled a bit.
I already gave
You did?
extra time.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yep, you're the
Yeah.
boss. All right. So Hazel, how do you do, man?
33.
Very
Yes.
nice. That's a nice high bar to set, man. Very nice start to the year.
Just
Yes.
don't invite certain people, okay?
I have to
We gotta
invite
keep
our
the bar high.
I have to invite our defending champions. You know that's going to happen, dude. I got to do that. So,
Well, I'm happy I placed in the 30s.
oh yeah, dude, you did good.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. You stumbled me with what's your favorite smell?
You know where I got that?
You
You know where I got that question? You'll
Where?
never guess. I watch the late night with Colbert, and he did a fast fire segment to like a politician, and he said, "What's your favorite smell?" And he was like, "Well," and then he says, "What's your least favorite smell?" I was like, "That's awesome."
Dude, I'm not even sure what my favorite smell is, but I had to say something.
That's right, man. Hey, it was in context, so it counts. So, good job, man. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
I do have a message to our listeners out there. Do you have a great question for our speedrun? If that's a yes, join our Discord, enter them in our speedrun question ideas channel, and we're going to add them to next year's speedrun. I think in 2 years, we're going to have like 700 random questions to pick from. So, just remember that they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And don't forget what's your favorite. I always love those. At the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings again for a $25 gift card of your choice. And you can enter up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. You can enter as many as you like. We're only going to take your best 5 though. So good luck with that. All right. That means it's time to move on to our next segment. It's This Week at Bungie. All right. This week at Bungie, approximately T-minus 6 weeks to Witch Queen, because I lost track, just like you said it, Hazel. I lost track how many weeks we are into Season of the Lost. You win. What's up?
Flip it. Flip it.
What's going on with the TWAB this week, man?
All right. So, here's your 10-minute TWAB per Gatr. Nothing big.
I
in
never
here,
said
by the way.
that. Oh, yeah, might have.
Uh-huh.
You got tape?
So,
Never mind. Good.
Yeah. So Bungie, this is, by the way, the first TWAB from Hippie. So I'm happy and sad for her all at the same time. So, and by the way, she did include a cat picture with hers. I'm sure Gatr did not see that.
Okay. 1
Oh,
sec.
fucking Gatr.
I'll be right back.
She basically points out a couple things here. Is that basically, this is going to be the start of the best of Bungie, basically. So this is when Bungie's at their best, when it's right before a launch like this, and they're all just like, here we go, let's go. It's all this good stuff, and we're on overload, and they want to get us talking, and oh my god, did they get us talking. Also, they did put a note out here, is that spoilers are going to be coming out. So if you don't want to like be aware of any and you want to go in dark, kind of avoid all of the stuff that they're going to be talking about, like in the trailers and things along those lines. So I'm going to kind of put my head in the sand a little bit, or as much as I can. Probably not, honestly, but I'm going to try to, or at least want to, because I would like to go in somewhat unspoiled, but you never know. It's not like I do a podcast about this shit. So.
Yeah, really. You're going to be spoiled, dude. Sorry.
I'm not going to have a choice, yeah.
Yeah.
But they did release a new trailer, Savathun's Throne World. Have you guys seen this?
Several times. What about you, Sharp?
Dope. Looked super cool.
Super cool. Okay. What's one thing you liked about it?
I love the statue.
Damn it. That was my
of
answer.
Oryx. Yeah.
I love that. That was so cool, wasn't it?
Well, it's also, I'm kind of terrified. It kind of reminds me of Kingsfall, that one moment where they had Savathun like splits into like 3 of her. It kind of reminded me of Oryx back in Kingsfall. Didn't he like, or was that the campaign? I just remember there was like a moment where he splits.
Yeah, that was in the campaign. Yeah.
That was a cool moment for me. I was like, oh crap, there's 3 of her.
Yeah, that was neat.
Yeah. Gatr, what'd you think?
I loved all the venues. I loved they flashed to all these different parts of the world. I loved it. What really freaked me out, since this is the mind of Savathun, was she was like in space, like peering with those eyes. I'm like, ugh. Well, I think that was her head in space looking at us or something. I was like, it was like a personification of her mind. And she was like sitting above us. It was weird, man. I got weird vibes from that, but I like that stuff though. What about you, man?
How about you, Hazel?
Yeah.
I thought it was meh.
I
don't know.
I could tell from the way he posed the question. You could just tell he was waiting for it. He was like, this is my moment. Meh.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, to me, this was just, I don't know.
I'm not going to lie. It's just a little bit of the same of what we've seen before.
Exactly. And I just sort of was like, okay, it's a trailer. All right. At least nothing got spoiled. I mean, okay, she threw a Nova bomb. Ooh, okay.
Oh,
I was like, it's Gaul. I mean, Gaul, would go and do his little tornado, and then he'd start throwing shit at us and everything else from our powers. So until he got magically killed by the Traveler, but whatever. But yeah, that was my thought. It was just sort of more of the same and meh. So, all right, moving on. Artifact mods update. Insert orbs mean here. Okay. So, the first thing that we're talking about is artifact mods. I'm sure Gator's going to have all kinds of hate and vile he's going to spew out at this.
Oh, I can't wait, dude. I got things to say.
So with this, starting next season, congratulations, you can now unlock all 25 artifact mods by the end of the season.
Yes.
Yay!
I love this. I love Bungie. This was a power move. I love this. This is awesome.
Hey.
You know why it's so awesome? Because I'm going to have all my bounties stacked up. And I'm going to unlock those puppies. It's going to be cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Unlock, 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 unlock. I'll get my first 12 done, and then I'll have something to power up to get. I'll have a reason to rank up and keep getting those bounties.
At least you'll have a lot of glimmer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because you won't have to keep resetting it.
You know what? I'm going to be up front here. I've never reset it. Never. I would never pay the money to do it.
Wow. I have. I've reset mine a couple times this season sometimes.
I made my bed and I laid in it.
That shit gets expensive.
It does. Fast.
I decided what I was going to use and I did not go back on it. If I didn't have if I didn't have the right bow mod or whatever for, what is it called? Disrupting champions. Yeah. The disrupting one.
Overload.
Thank you. I think I got it on one of my characters, but all the rest I was like, no, I got better things I want for Crucible. So I didn't touch it. Once I unlocked it, I didn't touch it. Now I can get it all. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it is cool. I mean, you can still reset it because say that you unlock a couple of these and this kind of thing, and you need to, reorganize them because you need to get this one. You can still reset it and there will be a fee for that.
And that's just your first 12. Because I think didn't they say that the first 12 will unlock about the same speed? And then the remainder of them will be drawn out. So yeah, I'm all right with that.
I don't understand why you would need to reset it if they're unlocked.
No, because you basically said, all right, it's like a pick 12 system. It's like, all right, you've ranked up where you've unlocked all the rows, right? So now you pick your 12 that you want to start with. But instead of having to reset it and pick other mods for like a Grandmaster Nightfall or something you're doing, instead you just keep plunging forward and you just slowly unlock them all. And then by the end of the season, you're going to be whatever.
That's not his question, Gatr. His question was he doesn't understand why you'd have to reset it. So
Like if they're all selectable, why would you ever need to reset it?
Because you're basically unlocking 12 slots. And once you lock those slots in, you've locked them in.
Right. So it's like, for me this season, they had, what was it? Overload, bow, and sword.
Mm-hmm.
Those suck.
All
right.
People, don't listen to Gatr. He doesn't know his ass.
A bow sucks. A bow.
10 minutes. Okay.
10 minutes.
A bow sucks in PvE
Nothing
for
big happens.
any bosses, and if you have to use a sword to get close to a boss, you're going to die anyway. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, you're not. Do you even PvE?
I do a little bit.
Thank you. None. Done. All right. So
I just got told.
So
shit.
Like for me, well, yeah, because like, I mean, Lake of Shadows GM is a key example of this.
Okay.
You can run swords and you can just hack the shit out of the boss. In a GM.
Okay.
And it kills him.
All right.
Yeah. Wow. What a concept. So yes. So like for me, Sharp, I unlocked, I'm trying to think what overload I unlocked first. It was, I think I did sword first. And then I was doing some like nightfalls and I was like, damn, it takes forever for me to get to them. So I went ahead and I reset my artifact. And then I went and I took that one slot basically. Instead of putting it there, I put it onto overload bow.
I get it now. So resetting the artifact is while you still have slots to unlock.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that once you've unlocked all 25, you'll no longer need to reset it.
Right. But you can still, reset it at any time.
Right.
Even if you get to like 24, you can still reset it.
Right.
Because
to get that one mod that you don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I have a clear picture of it. You're welcome, audience. Now you know.
Yeah. So listen to me, not Gatr. Okay. So when it comes to artifact mods themselves, we are bringing back a few perennial favorite anti-champion mods, including anti-barrier scout rifles and bows.
Scout rifle.
Dude.
Yes.
Don't even start,
Scout rifle's awesome, man.
Hey, put your ass into a Grandmaster and then talk to me about bows, okay?
All right, fine.
Because I have actually found that I love using bows. There's no damage fall off.
True.
Okay. And then have done some work to make disrupting an overload champion, which can be done this season using auto rifles and SMGs, more reliable than in previous seasons.
Yay.
I don't know about that SMG. That's going to be kind of rough, but I love my SMGs, so I'll give it a shot and see. And then they're also going to be highlighting the new glaive weapon archetype coming in Witch Queen for unstoppable champions. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, a big unstoppable ogre's running at you, and you're going to stick them. Yeah, good luck with that. They better work right away.
You can shoot them. You can shoot them with
it's like a shotgun, though. It's like a pop gun. It's like pop. He's going to run your ass over. He's going to run your ass over. I can't wait to see these clips.
I can already see people like throwing the invisible smoke and then going peekaboo.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait. I'm waiting for that PvP mode where everybody is like glaive only.
You know what I love about the glaive is it's going to be the very first person like stabbing or what cutting device.
Melee weapon.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And
cutting device. It's a box cutter.
Words. Hey, words are hard. Okay.
Scissors.
Yeah,
don't run with them.
You're going to actually feel the terror of that ogre running at you, and you're going to go, you're going to have an oh shit moment.
No, you're not.
Okay, we'll see.
Don't worry.
God,
I don't think the Unstoppables can handle our X-Acto knife.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. All right.
Gatr, you need to PvE more, a lot more.
I do.
Before you give an opinion. Okay. So, and they're going to have a few new artifact mods as well that will enhance some of the new weapon perks. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right. Then, to take a little bit of pressure off your vault space, another hint and wink, wink, nudge, nudge, We are also making some adjustments to the way Masterwork armors work. Starting with the launch of Witch Queen, you can change the energy type of a fully Masterwork piece of armor for a much reduced cost. A fully Masterwork piece of legendary armor can be changed to another energy type for the mere cost of 10,000 glimmer and 1 upgrade module. And exotic armor is going to be 20,000 glimmer and 1 upgrade module.
Thank God.
Yeah, I like this.
Yep. Yeah.
Can
If anybody's
experiment,
looking
though.
for a reason to, to hoard upgrade modules, this is it right here. If anybody's looking for a reason to, actually masterwork some shit, this is it right here.
Yeah, man, it's so annoying when you have like the one perfect stat gear for an activity and it's the wrong element type for the mod you want to use. And you're like, I don't have 3 Ascendant Shards on me.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the finger. And, that's Bungie saying that there. They're going to give you the finger and then go, oh, so bad. So too sorry. Whatever.
Yeah, you've already upgraded it once. Now you have to do the whole thing again. Woo. Yeah, no, this is a good change. I like this.
Yep, exactly. Gatr?
I like it. I mean,
What's your issue with it?
What?
What's your issue with it?
No, I like it. I mean, you'll be able to experiment with different elements, and I really have never even done any of that switching element stuff because what?
It's so damn expensive.
It's crazy, dude. I'm not doing it. Forget it. I'm not doing that's way too expensive. And I have a feeling we're going to be using those things for other things that they're going to bring up later we don't know about. So I think that's why they're making it easier for us.
I think Gator's onto something.
Use what things for what things? What?
Like
he's talking about the Ascendant Shards for maybe weapon crafting.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to accumulate enhancement prisms and golf balls and stuff for bigger things that they have coming down the pike that we don't know about. So they're trying to help us up front with the masterworking and switching out elements and stuff. That's a lot cheaper.
I don't think so. I think this is just them like going off of community feedback. I mean, because that cost is way too damn high.
Well, it's a hard one because if there's anything I've learned about Bungie, they like to say, here, you get 1 and I get 3.
Yeah, I hate that when you dismantle something as masterwork and they give you like a fraction of it back.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me all back, please. Let me use it somewhere else.
You'll end up getting this shit back eventually anyway.
You know what? Don't you dare call me entitled.
I didn't have to. You just did.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you paid for your Vex, so.
I won't call you entitled too much. So. All right. I think this is a good change. This is going to definitely help with builds. Like I've got a couple builds where I'm like, okay, I can put on like powerful friends and run that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this. All right. And then closing out, they are also making a change to the way we, Guardians, create orbs of power with weapons. Elements of the...
I'm sorry, can I mention one more thing here before we move on? If you have some extra bright dust laying around, you might want to start stocking up this concentrated matter gem from Eververse. It's 200 bright dust for that. If it's going to take a lot of upgrade modules, I'm telling you, start stocking up those right now because you'll get them as soon as you kill a yellow bar. One will drop out, and it's the cheapest way to get those upgrade modules. Just want to mention that. Sorry, continue.
What are you talking about?
It's one of the bright dust things you can buy with bright dust at the Eververse store. It's called concentrated matter gems. It's like a little fireball. And it's 200 bright dust. If you have a ton of bright dust, this would make sense. Anytime you kill a yellow bar enemy, and it's almost guaranteed, it's pretty damn close, it'll drop an upgrade module. It's the cheapest way to do it. Just want to mention that for people who have maybe a pile of bright dust and not know what to do with it. That's a good way to use it.
No.
Yeah.
No. People, please don't listen to Gatr. Don't.
200 bright dust. Come on.
Dude, 200 bright dust? I'll give you the finger and you stay the hell away from my bright dust. No, my bright dust is special to me.
It's
I'm going to use
okay.
that to buy emotes.
Don't touch his bright dust. Got it.
My God, man.
Yeah,
don't listen to Gatr.
Just use the finest matter weave to get some
Enhancement cores.
Enhancement cores,
Yeah,
and
those
go
are
to
good
Banshee.
Yeah, go to Banshee. I mean, yeah, go to Spider while you can. Pick up some elements
It's just another way another way for people to get enhancement core.
Why are you anti?
I'm not. I'm just saying
dust?
it's out there. It's an option. If you're sitting on 30 or 40 or 100,000 bright dust, get about 10 of these, and that way going into the next season.
If you're sitting on that much bright dust, then you already have a lot of upgrade modules or shit that you can buy upgrade modules with.
Maybe not. Everybody's different. All right.
Fucker, please.
Go ahead. Continue. I just was throwing that out there. Information. Do what
Terrible
you will
idea.
with it. Okay.
Terrible idea.
All right.
Wow. You're giving PvE advice and bright dust, ways to spend bright dust. Oh, God.
Okay. All right.
So, orbs of power. They're changing how we generate them. So, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off right now. Okay. So, as it stands right now, if you have something that's masterworked, you can shoot 2 enemies, 3 enemies, and you're going to generate an orb of power. That is gone next season.
So does that mean I can get my masterwork materials back off these guns that I invested in them?
Silly Gatr. No.
All right.
Nope. But they are going to be doing something, and they're going to reward us some way, even though they're taking this part away from from masterworking. They're going to be taking something away there, but they're going to be giving it to us in a different way for being masterwork. They're going to reward us another way. I don't know what. They haven't said what that is yet. That's going to be coming up in a future TWAB.
Yeah.
But,
well, they always give us the bad news first, and then they say why. They explain later why they had to do that. That's what they always do.
But that's the thing, though, is that with this was really poorly done.
We don't know. We don't have all the information, Hazel.
Shit, Gatr. Dude. They are basically, okay, so here's the TLDR for this. The too long didn't read. Is that they're taking away our ability to generate orbs, and they're putting those into helmet mods for your armor.
Oh, it's not and? Wait a minute, hold on. I need to clarify here. So if I have a masterwork weapon, it's not going to drop orbs anymore unless I have this mod? It's either or.
No. It doesn't have to be masterworked either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
The mod is what creates the orbs.
The mod is what creates it.
Wait a minute. Whoa. So it means my masterwork weapons are useless next season?
As of the writing of this TWAB, yes.
I didn't read that.
I'm guessing that the only thing that it does now is just the extra stat boost.
Yeah, the stat boost. Which is not that great.
They are doing something. This is what I've said before, is that while they are taking away that ability to generate orbs, they are also doing something with that masterwork because they want masterwork to matter. So there's just that. So we don't know what that part is. So don't go out and delete all your masterwork weapons and things along those lines, because they're going to be doing something for that.
Okay. So we don't have all the information.
Exactly. Which is the reason why fucking Twitter is in a shitstorm about this, because people are like, well, what's going to happen? Should I just go out and delete all my masterwork stuff? Does it even matter anymore? And I mean, Destiny had to, the community managers had to go into damage control. They'd be like, okay, so, here's, we have something else coming. It's going to be on a later TWAB. So just put it under your hat for now, don't be upset too much. But, so that's the other thing is that, like we talked about a little bit there, is that the ability to generate orbs will now be on your armor and in your mod slots for your helmet.
Why? What? All right. This is the only problem I have. Why the helmet? The helmet is such tough real estate as it is. Why couldn't they use this on a chest piece or something? Some other piece of armor that is not so the helmet mod has all your targeting mods. It has your scavengers up there. There's not a whole lot of room to add this extra mod in the helmets. Why the helmet slot? I don't get this. I use targeting mods on everything especially when I'm playing PvP. So basically, I won't be able to create orbs in PvP because I'm going to be using my targeting mods is what they're basically saying. Or I got to give up a targeting mod.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Oh, well, just wait, though. Just wait. Okay. Because it's going to get better. Okay. So.
Hazel trying to keep his spot. I keep interrupting him. Sorry, man.
No. I'm just glad you said this is only going to take 10 minutes.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
Each such mod will apply the orb generation effect to all weapons you have equipped of a particular damage type.
Right.
So
it's got to be the same
mod,
damage type. Okay. Thanks,
yeah.
Bungie.
Exactly. They're basically giving us the biggest middle finger right here when it comes to this.
There better be something good around the horizon. There'll be another Twitter fire.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, okay, now this impacts basically players in two different groups. Okay. So they have veteran players like us, who this impacts greatly because we have a lot of masterwork weapons. We can generate orbs pretty much on command.
Mm-hmm.
And this impacts us negatively because they're taking that ability away and they're putting it into a helmet mod, which is already prime real estate. So, it's making us have to choose what we value more. And it's impacting new players in a positive way because new players don't have stuff that's masterwork because they probably don't have enough materials for it. And they don't have catalysts on their exotics, things like that. So basically they're making it so like those new light players and casual players don't have to work so hard to do that stuff. So it's going to impact their life in the positive. So that way they can generate orbs on whatever they want.
Yeah. They just devalued all the grind.
Pretty much.
For many people.
I got a lot of materials invested in these masterwork weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And they are doing them. I mean, this is going to work for exotics too. So exotics are not going to generate orbs anymore either. Unless you have, this mod in there. Oh shit. I just read this part again. Okay. So fun fact for you. So you have a arc mod in your helmet. Okay. So you can generate orbs for arc and you're using hard light. It only applies to arc when you're on hard light.
Oh yeah.
Not the other two.
But it does give me a reason to keep a gun with osmosis now, especially a kinetic. Because the osmosis was useless.
Fuck that.
Osmosis was a useless perk on a gun. Unless you're playing
this
a certain
is not
burn,
a reason to use osmosis.
It'll make your kinetic. It'll make your kinetic be able to drop orbs. I mean, that alone is worth something.
Oh, God.
It matches your subclass type automatically.
This is poorly thought out. And all of a sudden I am concerned for weapon crafting because God knows what the hell they're going to fucking do with that.
I can't wait for the Crucible. What I'm saying is, they're going to pick the mod that fits their shotgun to generate the orbs so that they can finally activate their Charge with Light mods.
Yeah, Charge with Light's not going to be a thing anymore.
I see. I swear by my Charge of Light mods.
Yeah, so do I. In PvE and PvP.
Yeah, I do. I do too.
And now you only have two options if your power and your secondary happen to be the same energy type.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I hate doing that. Yeah,
and you're right. I know Gatr said the targeting mods for PvP, and I think Hazel, you may have mentioned the finder mods for PvE. It's now you can only, if you want to generate the orbs, you can only potentially pick 1 and 1.
So, wait a minute.
Well, wait. There's one other thing here that we're not even thinking about. I just thought of this. And that's going to be seasonal mods.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So yeah, seasonal mods, God forbid there's, 2 for your helmet that might actually be useful.
Let's just hope they've thought ahead here on this, and they're just not giving us all the picture yet. Because
And the other thing they haven't even mentioned is the cost of the mod.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
Imagine how much it costs.
If it was only one, it would work. I could at least use a sniper targeting mod in my helmet, but I still won't be able to use 2 now, unless you know what, in PvP, no one will be using that mod. I guarantee you, they'll use the targeting mods instead. They'll say hell with it.
Oh yeah.
So that basically means that high energy fire and taking charge are useless now in PvP.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a lot more situational. Now, I've been I dove into Destiny Twitter yesterday about this, and a lot of the consensus is that one is that this is designed to nerf charge with light.
Oh, okay.
It's already so conditional. It's so situational as it is. I mean, how often do you create orbs other than a super, in PvP with a gun? It's very difficult to kill 2 people very quickly. I mean, it happens, yes, but it's not like you kill one person in PvP and you got to drop, and it drops an orb. You have to kill 2 at once, and they're probably going to be aiming at you at the same time. I don't know. That's, it's already very situational. I know for Cool Guy or True Vanguard, this isn't an issue, but for the average player out there, it's situational. It's not always, I don't know. I'm guessing moving on to something else in Crucible.
Yeah. I mean, but Gatr.
Yes.
You're getting your wish, man. This is what you wanted.
What do you mean?
It's a gun game. It's all about gun skill now.
Oh, don't you fucking start.
You don't have to worry about, charge with light and people running high energy fire. And you got your wish, man.
All I want, no. Don't you go,
this is your wish.
Don't you
this
go
is
there.
What you wanted.
No, what I wanted was a playlist in the Crucible that had only guns. That's what my wish was.
You have all of Crucible now. You don't have abilities anymore. You don't have supers anymore. You're not going to have charge with light.
I don't know. That Nova Bomb that slammed me in the
time.
face last night in an Iron Banner shirt felt like a super to me.
Yeah, you only get 1 of those or 2 if you're lucky.
I usually get 2 a game.
This
I'm running
definitely
80.
feels like those genie wishes where you're like, okay, genie, I want to be the smartest man on the planet. Next thing you know, everyone's IQ just drops and you stay the same.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's basically what just happened.
I'm reserving judgment until next week.
Gatr.
I'm reserving judgment until I hear more.
They listen to you. They listen to our podcast and they actually gave you what they want. They were like, you know what? That fucking Gatr guy has a point.
Well, some asshole.
We need to.
Some asshole called Bungie to keep me from getting a damn Vex. I mean, I don't know. I think money talks here. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, your ass needs to fucking stop paying them so they can fix this shit.
I'm not paying them shit. I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Geez.
Yeah. So Charged Light is dead.
God damn.
In PvP. PvE, it's still going to be a thing.
Yeah, you can use it.
Sort of.
Because who cares about targeting mods in PvE? When the head of a ogre is huge.
Finder mods. Finder ammo.
Yeah.
You're going to have to definitely buildcraft a lot smarter. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of chaining like supers and orbs and things like that. So, yeah. All right. Moving on. 30th anniversary content. It's not going away. Next, Prime Gaming. You get the Pyrrhic Victory emote, which is awesome. It's the one from, I heard somebody say from Platoon, which it could be, but I think it's more from The Rock with Nick Cage, where he fell down with the 2 flares up in the air, that kind of thing. So that's a pretty cool emote for the first time ever, I think, during Prime stuff. And they have a Ghost, a Ship, and a Sparrow. All right. Shit's broken. colorblind modes got all messed up apparently, and they are diving in to fix that. So that should be fixed shortly, hopefully. And yeah, shit's broken. All right.
There we go.
Movies.
2022.
Yeah. Same as 2021. And then they end here with Operation Save the New Lights. So yeah, Hades, I think it was Hades or Joker. One of them said that, hey, Mrs. Hazelnut should play now and get thrown into dares and be underleveled and things like that. And I was like, no, I want her to come back and play. So yeah, so she is going to do that later. But for all of us that have played up until the 18th, we will get a new emblem, and it looks pretty sick. I love it.
Yeah, I like it. Looks good. I jumped in there and helped too. It was fun.
Yep. All right. And then Threads of the Lost is coming back. So make sure you tag them and all of that good stuff. Okay. Actually, there's 2 cats.
Oh, I just saw the one. Well, yeah, there's 2 cats in the pic. Yeah.
No, there's 3. If you're doing it like that, then there's 3 cat pics.
Yeah, I saw them.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Where are these cats? What am I not seeing here?
So, if you look down at the bottom,
yeah,
this is one of them. If you look down at where it says "See you soon," you can click on the exclamation point, and that's a link to.
Oh, yep. What the heck? Okay, I'm not happy. I clicked on that. That's scary.
That's close up.
Yeah, and then there's another cat pic further up.
I'm not gonna lie, if we're talking about these 2 cats, like the one on the left is how I imagine Gatr.
What?
And the one on the right is Hazel reacting to what Gatr just said.
Oh my God, really? You're going there. All right.
Yeah. You're not wrong, actually.
I mean, if the shoe fits.
Yeah. Not wrong at all.
All right. Anything else, Hazel?
Nope. That is all from the TWAB. And then actually the other cat pic is up at the top. It looks fucking adorable. The last part there, it says Guardians, and then it's got an exclamation point right above the video.
Okay. All right.
It looks adorable. I'm not even a cat person, but, that's adorable.
I used to have a cat, but I'm a dog guy now. I mean, I like cats, but nobody needs to know that, Todd. Anyway.
I judge every guy that's a cat person.
Jeez.
Unless your cat is cool like a dog.
I like all animals except bears because they can kill you. But yeah. Okay. Thanks, Hazel. Thanks for the TWAB for this T-minus 6 weeks unofficially until Witch Queen. And we got some Destiny talk, and we'll do that right after this. Hey everyone, looking for some like-minded gamers to Destiny with?
Or maybe just a place to de-stress and talk about life with others for a bit.
Or maybe just a place to discuss the latest movies, the TV shows, new awesome music out there.
What about New Year's resolutions or goals or our fitness section?
Well, you're also forgetting about our channels with links to our clan, Speakpipe, our show music playlist for God's sake, or even where to get a show t-shirt, mouse pad, or coffee mug if you want to help support us.
Wow, you're not just a Bungie shill, you're a Guardian Downcast shill, huh? So, man, you must be forgetting also about the podcast questions channel, where listeners can put in their own questions for us.
And Hazel, our show feedback channel, where listeners can talk about our past podcast. And our...
Stop. This shameless plug has gone on long enough. I'm going to put a fork in it. Everybody, just go to the GDC Discord community link in our weekly show notes, where you can see the invite there. Just visit us at guardiandowncast.com. That invite link there will never expire, so just go there too.
And later, Guardian.
Oh my God, just stop.
What? What did I do?
You're so excited.
I'm excited, man. What,
Just bring it. Just bring it down.
All right, whatever, man. Okay, jeez.
Lay off the coffee.
What a downer. All right. Well, we did say we were going to talk some Destiny, other than me interrupting Hazel throughout the whole TWAB. I told you to be a 10-minute TWAB. Anyway, I mean, at least the part
I love being wrong. I love being wrong.
At least the part you read. At least the part you read was 10 minutes. But we wanted to, we had Sharp on the show tonight, and I wanted to turn the mic over to him and see if there's anything you wanted to talk about, any kind of topic you want to talk about in Destiny right now. So, Sharp, you have the floor, man.
Oh, thanks. The floor is nice and cold.
Here, Hazel will heat it up. Hold on.
Freshly swept. No,
we try to keep the place in order.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate the cleanliness.
Watch the Roomba. Hold on, it's coming by. Okay, go ahead.
So, the other day, I had to make some tough calls because my vault had hit 499.
That's a good feeling, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's the best, especially when you're a Destiny hoarder. And so it's funny because I had to sit there for I don't know, I think it was 30 minutes deciding what stays, what goes. Am I okay with parting with this? And lo and behold, after my excruciating organization session, I go on YouTube, and guess what? Fallout Plays posts a video about how to organize your vault and manage it. And this video is 47 minutes long, and God knows I did not watch the whole thing. But in the first 5 minutes, he gives a preface, and some interesting things were mentioned in the beginning of the video, and he talks about how, from the viewpoint of a content creator, he has to keep multiple rolls of the same gun to be able to experiment with them. And this kind of got me thinking, especially with the fact that I just had to say goodbye to a whole bunch of guns that I wasn't using to make space for new stuff. It got me thinking about how having a limited size vault really impacts us as Guardians, because it kind of forces you to have to make some decisions. And I mean, the TWAB that we just read kind of, I think, also goes into this, where with the changes that are coming, decisions are going to have to be made about what stays and what we're going to make space for all the new stuff that's going to come in. And that's the part that I kind of hate about having limited vault space. I'm of the mindset that I would welcome more vault space, even if it had to be purchased. I'd be okay with paying for extra vault space so that I don't have to delete guns just because there's another gun that I would like to get that's newer and better, and now I have to say goodbye to older stuff that had, that I grinded time to get. And so it kind of got me thinking about how this game has made us, gamblers in a sense. We're addicted to the game so much that we'll grind out hours for a gun, and then a few months later we'll just delete it like it's nothing so that we can make space for the next stuff. What do you guys think?
Hazel?
Oh, I think you're completely correct. I mean, I have some sentimental attachment to some guns.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that I absolutely love, and I am not going to get rid of them for anything. So, I mean, those are ones that I'm keeping in my inventory, on my vault, no matter what. I mean, those are, things I'm not using, but still, I'm going to hold on to them. I still have my Recluse. I think I have 7,000 kills with it. I've got that. I'm keeping my Wendigo just because it was so much fun to use. My 21% Delirium. I have such good memories with those. And then, what's blasphemous is there's things like my 0 Traveler's Chosen that I still have. I'm it's just really cool to hold on to that OG stuff that you had when you first played the game.
And the fact that some of this stuff you can't get from collections.
This is a looter shooter, right? We gotta keep that in mind. It's a looter shooter. It's all about collecting stuff.
But you have a collections tab for that to show that, yep, I checked that box.
Right.
I got it.
Right.
But for me, though, I mean, the thing that I realized, because for anybody who doesn't know and doesn't pay attention to Twitter and things like that and YouTube, there's been like a big like surge of like people. I mean, Dado was like doing like a whole like thing about this where he was like going through like viewers' vaults and saying, oh, well, do you need this? Do you use that? Let's go ahead and delete that, and clearing out people's vaults for them, basically. And then that took one step further by him doing that for Fallout. He did it for Aztecross. Aztecross he spent an hour with.
Yeah.
And they only deleted like 4 guns.
I said, dude, this is Aztecross. He's not getting rid of those guns.
Yeah. And I mean, he got rid of like, I think 4 or 5 maybe. And I mean, it was just, I mean, stuff that he's like, you know, that gave him like time to think about it. Like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I'll do that. I'll look that way and things like that. So, I mean, I don't know. But the thing that I was getting at was that for me personally, my issue with my vault is that I'm holding on to things that might be good one day.
Yes, that fear of missing out when the wave comes, it's so present. And that was like the hardest thing for me, because as I'm going through, I kind of made sure to keep one of every gun and just keep the roll that I thought was good. But then who's to say that that's the good roll, like come a month or 2 when the new season drops? And that's the scary part about organizing the vault. I mean, I had to kind of think about what weapons do I really never use and probably never will use. But then I think, if I delete this, will I regret my decision in the future?
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of it is, I mean, I've watched a couple of those videos, and a lot of it comes down to, so if I delete this borrowed time that I have here, or these 3 borrowed times actually that I have in my vault, am I going to miss those? Is there going to be like some reason why I need to use a borrowed time at all? And it's like, I don't know. Maybe there isn't a reason why I need those. And then like the other thing I noticed is that I have a lot of sidearms. And just to be brutally honest, I don't use sidearms. So
did you just forget to delete them?
No, but I held on to them because they might be good one day. You know, they might get a buff or something like this, and then they'll be meta, and then I can go ahead and I'll have one and I can go like, oh, you know what? I'm going to use this, and oh, this is fun. But you know, I mean, how many sidearms do I need sitting in my vault that maybe God tier, but I'm never going to use?
Right. Because it also factors in like your playstyle.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I went with was my playstyle. I was like, okay, so what don't I like using? Okay, I don't like using shotguns. I don't like using scouts for the most part. So it's like, okay, I can get rid of some of this stuff. And then sidearms are mostly gone. I held on to a couple of them. But now I'm down to 446, and that's only after going through like my kinetic. Okay.
Well, I'm curious, Gatr. I know that you mentioned that you would hop on the bandwagon of buying more vault space.
Yeah, I did.
If Bungie ever offered it, but it also sounds like you're defending Bungie's decision of only having a limited 500, because you said it is a looter shooter. So I'm curious, like, where do you stand on the fence? Where do you
He's
stand?
right there on that fence, actually.
No, I've actually jumped off to a certain side of the fence. You know, the season is getting close when it's time for a crazy prediction from Gatr, right? You know the season's approaching when old Gator's got a crazy guess of what's going to be coming. And as I look at my 498 of 500 vault and my blast furnace, 2 of them that I have, that I probably will never get rid of, and a bygones I'll never get rid of because I can always bring them back in the Crucible because it's not power enabled. Okay, here's my prediction. It's time. Bungie, it's time to make the collections tab a thing. It's time to do what we've talked about in our past show. And other shows have talked about this as well. You need to have, as soon as you unlock the weapon and you have it in your possession, it's in your collections. And as you get different rolls, you have a drop down menu and you can recreate the weapon with those rolls from your collections tab. I'm going to say it right now, since we're getting into weapon crafting. It's all about the weapons this next season. I think it's time. I think it's time that Bungie pulls the trigger and creates a real collections tab, because let's face it, this collections tab, I don't know when the last time I looked at it, unless I needed to pull a white gun out for a crazy scrims game that doesn't matter really. I mean, has no impact on my Crucible stats or anything. But I mean, I have guns in here that are not going to come back up in power, and those are probably going to be a lost cause. I don't know if they can retroactively do that. Plus, think of the outrage, people that have gotten rid of sunset weapons.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
It's not going to be retroactive, but I think going forward here, I think it's time. I think Bungie has, how long have we dealt with this problem? This goes all the way back to Destiny 1. People have complained about vault space since Destiny 1. This has been a very bad problem for a long time. And yes, I am a hoarder. I have I have 3 glaciocasms. I'm never going to use these rifles, but they all have good rolls on them. And what if they do finally knock down the charge time from a whole second back to where it was? You just never know what's going to happen there. And we are considered content creators. We talk about guns of the month and stuff. And what if we didn't have this gun and we weren't able to test it and try it out? I think it would just be, I think that's the reason why a lot of people like Astrocross and others have a hard time getting rid of these weapons. I mean, hell, he's the one that told me about the auto rifle from the Forges. Remember that? The Forge auto rifle? I still got it. The Galliard 42 XN 7568 with kill clip and outlaw and high caliber rounds. Yeah.
Okay. Can I chime in?
Oh God. That's never good. Sure. Go ahead.
So, okay. So you said that that basically you're willing to pay for more vault space. You're a hoarder. You just want all the things.
Oh, do you want me to go down that I worked hard for those weapons and I should be able to keep those weapons argument?
No, I'm not. I'm just asking the question. I'm just rephrasing.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
I don't think buying, to Sharp's point, I don't think buying more vault space is going to help, because as hoarders, hello, my name is Gatr, I'm just going to buy 10 more slots and it'll fill up just as quick as anything is as if I got rid of 10 slots. They're just going to fill back up because it's a looter game.
That's my point. That's my point, though, is that that's a you problem.
No, dude, it's a game mechanic
It's
problem.
not exclusive to you. It's not exclusive to you.
It's a game mechanic problem. This is a problem that
It's not. It's not. I don't think we need more space.
No, we need just a better collections tab. It's time. Bring back a real.
Either.
It's going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
I'm predicting it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
See, the only thing that worries me about all of this is that it kind of reinforces kind of like that gambler's addiction, where the second that something that you deleted, that you got rid of because you said, hey, I'm not using this weapon, and come down the road, everyone starts talking about, oh, this is the weapon that you need to get because it's now the best. Everyone's going to go out and start grinding out that weapon again.
Yes.
And then you're going to start chasing that god roll.
Yes.
And so it kind of reinforces that hamster wheel. And
yeah, but
exactly.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If Bungie does this correctly, there'll still be incentive to farm weapons, because if you don't unlock that kill clip, it's not going to drop down on the menu. It'll be grayed out. All the available options will be on that when you hit that drop down menu. All the available, there's already gunsmith.com that already has this. It's already in the UI. It's already in there,
man.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen, man. It's not. It's not. And they even said it's not going to happen.
I'll just agree to disagree. I haven't heard everything yet.
You're going to disagree to disagree. Okay. I like that.
No, I'm going to agree. Did I say that? No, I said I'm going to agree to disagree, because think about it. It takes care of two birds with one stone. It drives people to still try to get that god roll, because it won't unlock until you actually physically get the weapon. And secondly, it'll take care of the vault space problem. You'll only need one of each gun in your vault. That's going to considerably cut down vault space.
Well, the other question that I've always wondered is, whether that would also bloat the game.
I don't think so.
That if they decided to...
What do you mean, the game's not already bloated? I mean, my vault has 498 weapons in it right now.
Right, but I'm referring to the amount of memory that a game can handle. Like, I don't know the entire back end of it, but I mean, when they had all the content in the game was slow. And I remember there were days where I would go into Call of Duty instead of Destiny, just because I wanted to play a quick PvP game. And you know what? It took me 5 minutes to get into a Destiny match. Ended really fast, and then the next game took another 5 minutes to load into because of how bloated everything was with how much was in the game.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if they were to include, like, let's say, your idea, Gatr, where there's like an internal memory that records every roll of every weapon that you've ever gotten, and so it's a true collection.
And now keep in mind, duplicates will cancel out. If you get another tap the trigger god roll, tap the trigger's already unlocked. It'll just replace the file. You see what I'm saying? It won't bloat it to that effect. It's not going to create once you unlock that perk, it's unlocked. On that gun.
Realistically, I would think that if it's a true collections tab, it would just record the rolls that you actually got.
I think there's a better way to do it.
Not that you get to pick and choose, but that you actually have the roll that you actually received.
If you go to
that would be like a true collection.
If you go to Gunsmith right now and you click on a weapon, it already has every roll and everything already laid out in the UI. It's already laid out.
Right, so that's like a Build-A-Bear.
Okay, but let's just I agree. But what if they just superimpose that into your collections tab for that weapon? And
then the issue is that it then removes the grind.
No.
It removes the grind aspect.
No. You won't.
Once you've unlocked the perks, you'll start going to the collection side to just grab the one that you want.
Yeah.
Well,
so you'll never grind it out again.
Well, let's think of it this way. What happened when they told everybody they're sunsetting weapons and they're only going to be good for so many seasons ahead? That'll totally eliminated all the grind, and people said, "Well, why even grind weapons? They have an expiration date now." I mean, I was that sunk me, man. I'm all about getting god rolls for weapons to try out, and I may have a bunch of weapons in here that I'm never going to use probably, but I have them there. They're available in case I want to try it. If I want to do a video about, if I'm not good at hand cannons, but maybe I want to try this Nation of Beasts that I have that has perfect recoil and has triple tap and opening shot and steady rounds and arrowhead break. I mean, that's a laser beam gun, but it's sunset.
That's a you issue.
And it's also, they stated it, they did it, they realized the backlash, and they took the decision back.
Yeah, but I think what they did, Sharp, is I think they just said, okay, we're going to take it from this end then. We're just going to go this direction, and we'll still be able to stop all this stuffing of different kinds of weapons in the vaults and filling up people's characters by just having this drop-down menu system. I may be totally out of whack here, but it is almost the new season, so I got to have some crazy prediction. So that's going to be mine for this season. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because
that should be your bet.
The
if
fact,
it actually
no.
happens.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah,
no,
let's do it, man.
I've got another idea for that. No. But what I'm saying is
that's what I'm saying is that's a you problem, because that's not the game. Like, when I realized that me holding on to some stuff that I'm never going to use because it might be good one day, they're just going to put in another gun of the same type in that season so that I can grind for that instead of what I already have now that might be good one day and it's been sitting in my vault for God knows how long. I mean, that's the reason why all of a sudden I started going like, you know what? They're nice, but I've got these, what the hell is this? The guiding sight. I don't think I fired one round with it, or at least I did, and I didn't like it. So I went ahead and I've got 3 of them in my vault. I'm like, you know what? I don't need these.
Yeah, but this is the magic of Destiny. I can take my inaugural address, which I had 2,000 kills on, a Void pulse rifle that is like a frickin' laser beam, and take it into regular Crucible and have fun with it. It should be there. I should be able to grab that and take it in.
But I'm not going to have fun with a gun that sucks, in my opinion. So why do I have that in my vault?
That gun.
Why do you
that gun
have stuff
doesn't
in your
suck.
vault that you've never fired with?
It's part of the
Because
game.
you wonder if it's going to be good one day.
Yes,
Exactly.
It's all
Exactly.
You know, if our sandbox was like Call of Duty's, where it stayed very similar for a long time, then I would say, okay, this is a trash weapon. I'm moving on. But you just never know what Bungie's going to do, and they're always moving up and down power of everything. So
Yeah, they are.
So that's the reason we have to keep these rolls and we have to keep these weapons. Because you know what? This Pallades corrector may suck right now with subsistence and multi-kill clip, but I bet you if scout rifles are back, you know I'm going to have this sucker in Crucible ready to play and use it. But this is the reason we play the game, Hazel. We get that.
But here's
we get
the
that
thing,
weapon.
man.
We
Are
look
you
at it.
gonna
Go.
use that?
It
Are you
doesn't
gonna use
matter.
that Pleiades corrector, or are you going to use a Mida?
Well, I can only use one exotic, so that may be the decision right there. But I have the option to use it. I unlocked it. It dropped in the game. And I think the problem that Destiny's had this problem for a long time. I think they've got to make a change here on how we collect weapons in the game. Otherwise, there will be bloat. There will be bloat. People will keep complaining. And I'm telling you, I'm never getting rid of my Galliard. I'm never getting rid of my blast furnace. These are weapons I have. Think about it. I have 10,000 kills on a blast furnace. That's an achievement for me. Why on earth would I want to just shit all that away? No.
No, I'm there with you. I still have my Midnight Talon.
Oh my god.
Do you realize that we had less space in D1?
Oh yeah, that was claustrophobic. And see, we're not even talking about armor.
Yeah, we're not even
talking about exotic.
We're not.
Exotic armor.
That's the other half of my vault is all this armor. I got several different kinds of power of exotics. I've got different.
But now you don't need that.
Okay, that fixes a little bit of it right there, right?
Well, to an extent. I mean,
well, it's cheaper to change it.
You do kind of have to hold on to like specific stat rolls when it comes to like the exotics.
If you're into builds, I mean, and things like that.
Yeah, that would be the argument for building. And I mean, those of us who actually who really play the game a lot, this affects us more than your casual player, I would imagine. They probably aren't as concerned with rolls as we are. But this whole situation. I mean, my question now, to bring this back to a little less heated.
No, this isn't heated. Trust me. We talk about the Matrix. That was heat.
I wish I could have been there, but let me digress.
No,
my question is, how do you decide what you keep in your vault and what you remove?
Okay, Gatr.
Repeat that question one more time. I'm sorry, my daughter's texting me too.
He's like, I keep it all. I don't know what you're talking
right?
about.
No.
My question was, what's your decision-making process on what stays and what goes?
Multiple weapons, different copies of the same weapon. I'll just take the best roll I got of that weapon. If it comes down to it, like for instance, I've got 2 Eye of Souls, right? I'm sorry, I got 2 Praetus Revenge, okay? I'm looking at them right now. I have one with no distractions, Adrenaline Junkie, steady rounds. I have another one with Firefly rewind rounds. Well, of those 2, obviously, I'm going to probably go with the one that has Adrenaline Junkie and no distraction because it's a sniper rifle. I don't want flinch. So if I had to choose of those 2, I'm gonna dismantle the other one. And Praetus Revenge, it's a rapid fire frame sniper rifle. They're not really strong right now, but what if they are? What if they do become really powerful? What if they become the meta? Does that mean I got to go out and grind more and hope that I get another? You know how many different rolls there are on guns now? You know what the percentage chance of you getting the perfect exact roll are? For that reason alone, they should have a drop down menu.
Not gonna happen.
We'll see.
And see, the other thing is that it sounds like.
No, I'm not betting on that. I got another idea for a bet.
It sounds like Gatr likes to prioritize according to PvP, and
I lean that way.
Very difficult for me because I do both PvE and PvP on a regular basis. So I basically have to keep 2 rolls of each weapon that I really like, because one's more of the PvP weapon and the other one's the PvE roll. And so it becomes very difficult down the road because you have 2 weapons you really like, and they're very different in the way that they function mechanically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you, Hazel?
Yeah.
How do I sort when I'm going to go through? What do I keep versus what do I pitch?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if it's something unique, I'll keep it. And by unique, I mean like a Reese Walker. I don't use shotguns, but I'm just going to sit on this in my vault because it has small bore, accurized rounds, quick draw, and iron reach. It has an 82 for range.
Oof. Nasty.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hold on to that. So if it's unique and it stands out like that, I'm going to keep it. The other thing is, am I going to use it? Like, am I going to use it? That falls into grenade launchers. You know, for me, I'm looking for a grenade launcher with blinding or spike grenades.
Okay.
Anything else I get is gone.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, so is it kinetic? Okay, well, how many blinding grenades do I need, you know, for a kinetic slot? Not too many. So what are the other perks? So, I mean, it's basically just that. And then I just work my way through that way. So it's like, you know, so ultimately I should only have maybe like one grenade launcher kinetic with it. If I'm like looking at my energy stuff, I'll look at things like, okay, well, you know, what do I need? If I'm looking at grenade launchers like that, I'm like, okay, so I've got a deafening whisper, which is the only wave frame grenade launcher in the game at the moment. So I would say definitely if you want to try that, I would say, you know, go ahead and try to grind out the Wrathborn hunts to get one.
Right.
These are pretty fun to use.
Before they disappear. Because
yeah, exactly.
They won't be available after this season.
Yep.
I also feel bad for like weapons you don't really care about. Like, I'm always in the Crucible, and what weapon drops a lot right now is Sorrow's Verse, which is apparently a very good auto rifle, but I can't tell you how many rolls I don't even look at the rolls anymore. I just auto delete. And I can't imagine how many God rolls I might have deleted in the process, because it's like, I don't want to take up any space in my vault. I don't think I'm ever going to use this gun really. And then it just instantly dismantled. I don't know if that ever happens to you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was in a Bontus's stream, and he got like 3 of them he did like 2 matches of Iron Banner. He got like 3 of these Sorrows verses, and he's like, are these aren't even good? And I'm like, yes, the new Edge Transit. You know, for anybody that remembers that, I mean, you know, you just ended up drowning in those.
Yeah, and Umbrals. God.
Yeah.
My Postmaster fills up faster than I know what to do with.
Yeah. Yeah. Auto delete blues, please. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and that brings up another issue.
That's something I can stand behind.
Yeah.
Gatr, we need to make hashtag auto delete blues a thing.
I think we're not alone there, trust me. And you know, that's another thing. I really hate this mechanic where if I forget to switch my counter on my Masterwork weapon over to Crucible, it doesn't count. It irritates me. Because you'll forget. If you say I'm using let's just say the Blast Furnace, that's Masterworked, and I have 5,000 kills in Crucible, and in my other thing, in my PvE switch, I only have like 28 because I always forget to switch it over. I think did they mention something they were addressing that or something? I could have sworn I saw something on Twitter where Bungie said they were going to address that problem, but that's something else down the road they need to fix too. But
what about you, Sharp? What do you choose to keep versus how?
Yeah,
what process do you use?
Oh, well, that's literally what I had to do last week. I had to look and say, what's my play style? How do I like to play? I don't really use snipers that often, so I kept like 5 of my favorites. I had to think about auto rifles. I kind of tried to stay true with pick a gun that I like of a specific like archetype and kind of go from there. Like right now you've got Dire Promise, Eyes Luna, and a whole bunch of other 140 hand cannons, and it almost feels like a waste to have all these guns occupying the exact same role. ROLE, not ROLL. but the fact that you have multiple weapons with the same archetype that do basically the same thing, just different roles, and then it kind of just comes down to preference. So sometimes I'll just play around with the weapons, and if I really like the weapon after playing with it for a bit, I decide to keep it, and then everything that I haven't touched in over like a month, I'm like, are you even worth my time? And it just gets instantly deleted. And that's kind of how I pick and choose.
Yeah. I like that.
I can't say it's a great recipe, but it's what works for me. Until Gator's collections tab becomes a thing.
I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna throw it out there. I have a crazy prediction every now and then that usually don't come to fruition, but I'm gonna just throw it out there because it's it's all about weapon crafting and stuff. I think there's something they're not telling us.
And I definitely think that it's fair to say that Hazel's prediction that they were going to bring back Trials armor was like a crazy prediction that was worthy of a bet.
Well,
so all I'm saying is what you said, Gatr, is worthy of a bet.
All I can say is, yeah.
I can't imagine Hazel ever saying, Gatr, you're a genius. I don't think there's a soundbite for that.
Oh, there is.
You know what, Gatr? I think it's a brilliant idea. You are a genius.
Okay. That was a good conversation. Thanks for that, Sharp.
You're welcome.
I think it's going to be interesting with this new weapon crafting system, how they're going to do things. It's probably pie in the sky. I'm probably thinking way too big here, but one can dream, and I'm a dreamer. So I guess I'll just throw it out there that this is going to happen. The new engine.
The reason why I don't think it's going to happen, Gatr, is because of what they said with that. Basically, it's only going to be like weapon crafting is only going to be for the new items that are coming out.
Right. And, and maybe on the newer weapons, that's when they'll do it. And they'll just say, sorry, whatever you got in your, we can't retrofit it, retrofit everything you have in your vault. So sorry. But if we know going forward it can be that way, it's still a half win. We'll see.
And I know this will be like a mini tangent, but I would love to see a system that allows for you to kind of do what Gatr wants, which is grind out that perk combination that you want. Like imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if they do go with a system that's kind of like, if you want this perk, you have to do these activities or challenges, and once you've fulfilled the requirements, like that's one part down of your weapon, and then to get that other perk that you're looking for, it's like a different set of requirements, and then once you've accomplished all that,
great.
That would be cool if that's how they unlock it. I would be hard pressed to think that it would be that convenient, but it would be cool. One can dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And just so you guys know, I've heard this saying before on my last predictions.
It's not going to happen, man.
So I'm used to hearing it. So
have any of your predictions actually come true?
Let me think here. I did predict that before Beyond Light came out with this new darkness subclass, I did predict that people were going to be up in arms in the Crucible about this frozen bullshit.
That took a lot of.
I said I don't like this, and I guarantee you, there's other people are not going to like this in Crucible. No one's going to like being frozen while someone can just stand there and shoot you. That's not going to happen. So,
I have a prediction.
All right, what's that?
Okay, so if you remember, it was like a week or two ago, and we were talking about like the new class coming out, like the poison subclass.
Yeah, the new darkness class.
Yeah, the new darkness. And I said that it was going to be underpowered.
Okay.
If you remember that.
I remember that conversation.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this about Void 3.0. I think Void 3.0 is going to be the most toxic shit ever. And it's going to be cranked up to stasis levels.
They're going to have to, man. Otherwise, people are just going to use what they've always used. They have to make it appealing, man.
Yeah.
At least at first.
Exactly. And that's why I think that's what I think they're going to do a Void 3.0. Is that it's going to be like tuned to 11 where basically it's going to just, we're going to kick the shit out of everybody.
You'll see void everything in the Crucible. I know. That's not much of a stretch, but okay. I
still think, though, the next Darkness subclass is going to be tuned under.
Okay. I mean, those are pretty safe bets compared to the ones I throw out there, but okay.
Oh, yeah. Like the collections tab actually working.
I can see it.
I mean, think about it, man. You talk about bloat. That collections tab is bloat right now. It is not needed in the game. No one is going to the collections tab to pull an old gun with 1100 light. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, we are.
No.
We did.
In specialty situations. But nobody's going, I got to run a strike. Let me go grab this gun that I love back in Vanilla Destiny 2. Not going to happen. No one's pulling anything from collections.
Well, it would also be highly inconvenient because you wouldn't be able to kill much.
Exactly my point. That collections tab is a total waste of space right now, and they have to revamp it. Whether it happens next season or the season after that, or the new light, what's it called? Light.
But Gatr, it's like a trophy case. You go, you look back, and you're like, I remember. Yeah, that
trophy case you can't open and touch. Yeah, or you can't use.
Yeah, because you're going to get your fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's not meant to be touched.
All right.
Yeah,
from a safe, pleasant distance.
I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have Alfred in your cabinet going like, get your hands out of that.
We're moving on. Don't bring Batman into this. All right. We're moving on. We have community questions, and we're going to do that right after this.
Hey Guardians, would you like to send us a question for the show? Well, there's 4 ways to do it.
Number 1, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, by the way. And you can just lurk, or hang out, or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also tweet out almost every week about our upcoming show, guest, and you can respond there with your questions at guardian_d_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Remember, that's all one word. And we'll play it on the show for you guys.
Speakpipe is honestly my favorite thing. But anyway, thank you for all you guys do, and toddles.
And later, Guardian. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This is where we get our questions from our community and answer Speakpipes. We got questions in our Discord. And, people ask us questions, and hopefully we have some decent answers. And we have some to our guests as well tonight. But we have to first start with our Speakpipe. And this is from one of our new members, Hazel. This is RushJet. And he's got a question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice guy. He
was in Scrims.
Perfect. Well, this was a question for the show. So let's go ahead and hear what he has to say. Here we go.
What's up, guys? So with the spoiler alert coming back into rotation this season, who do you think is going to be the one that is unfortunately going to be killed because of that? Thanks. Love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Ooh. All right. This is what I think should be the bet before the next season. What do you think?
So help me God.
I know you haven't read any lore, right? You have not read any lore, right?
There's no lore out about this.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
But so help me God. If you say spider, your vote does not count.
No. I'm going to let you guess first. Since you lost the bet last time, you'll have the. I have to pick different than you. Sharp will have his opinion too, but I want to hear your opinion first. I want to make sure you're agreeing to this bet first. And the bet is.
Peter got the joke.
and the bet is, if we guess correctly who dies going into the next season, then for 4 weeks, just like you lost your bet, for 4 weeks, people can send in, or you can actually give me different nicknames, or I can give you another 4 weeks of nicknames. Isn't that going to be fun? So, do you agree to that, Hazel? Do you agree to that bet?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I agree to it as well. So I'm going to let you answer first before even Sharp answers. I'll let you clear the board. Who do you think is going to die going into the next season?
I think it's going to be Ikora.
Oh, that was one of my answers. Okay.
One of your answers.
I'm going to say spider. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, fine. I'll play fair. Okay. I mean, this isn't a given. I think Osiris is going to die. Because Osiris has not been confirmed dead. And I think he doesn't escape this.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If for any reason Osiris dies before the Witch Queen,
well, this is the
answer null and void.
This is going to be the finishing going. You know, they're going to lead up to Witch Queen. When Savathun breaks out of this chrysalis she's in, well, it's been, the spoiler alert, sidearm came out, stating someone's going to die. So, I don't think that was coincidence. I think that was
So the bet is somebody's going to die before Witch Queen or somebody's going to die during Witch Queen?
Well, going into Witch Queen, someone is supposedly supposed to die. That's what RushJet's asking. So we're just going to guess who we think is going to die. Could it be Mara? Could it be Crow? Could it be Osiris? Could it be Ikora? Could it be Zavala? Nobody knows. So that's what I thought would be a good bet between us for this going into the next season. Whoever loses by the time the story is, whether it's the last mission or whatever, 4 weeks from that date, 4 resets, let's just say, from that date, the other person can nickname the other. Now, if we're both wrong, then it's a wash. We'll have to figure out what else to bet on.
I have my answer.
Wait a minute. Just making sure. Hazel saying Ikora is going to die.
Now, wait 1 second here. So, die before Witch Queen? Or
before Witch Queen, yeah, the last story leading into
before Witch Queen.
In other words,
Ikora is not going to die before Witch Queen.
What I'm saying is when the final story wraps up for this season, and Savathun pops out of that chrysalis, is someone going to die? And if someone is going to die, who's it going to be? I think that's what RushJet's asking here.
My brain hurts.
Hold your answer. Hold your answer sharp.
So you're saying, who's going to die this season?
Going into
the next 6-ish weeks.
Yes.
Someone's going to die.
It's been hinted. It's been hinted. I mean, everyone's been talking about someone's going to die. So,
last time the spoiler alert came out, that somebody didn't die. He didn't die that season. He died the season after.
Well, we have to. We're all kind of wanting to know how this story is going to wrap up. So if you say no one's going to die, then that'll be your answer. That's one of the answers.
Just to clarify, that's for this season.
Well,
basically, in the epilogue, he's saying
yes.
He's saying the epilogue. Okay, I'm going to say Mara then.
Okay, I thought about that one too. I'm still going to stick to Osiris because I think Osiris. The main thing that tipped me off is when Savathun used that mirroring image, which that is one gift that I know Osiris was using Vex Tech, but I think maybe he had that in him already. So my guess is going to be Osiris, and if we're both wrong, then it's a wash. No harm, no foul. Fair enough.
Sure.
I thought about Mara too, but I had to give you the first guess because you lost the last bet. It was only fair.
I have a different answer.
Yay.
Woohoo! Believe it or not, I've given this some thought. It would be a shame, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. They've been building him up for so long, and he's going down a redemption arc. I wouldn't be surprised if they kill off Crow.
No way.
I thought about that too.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised. No, I wouldn't be surprised.
No way. I would be gutted if they killed Crow.
Oh, me too. Don't get me wrong, but story-wise, it would make sense.
It could. I don't know. I would be gutted.
Yeah, but that would be my answer.
Okay.
I'm not worried if I'm wrong, but yeah, it would be interesting if they did kill off Crow, just because they've put so much time and effort into him in the past 4 seasons.
But we would be a guardian though. So I mean, would he just res again?
Well,
Unless
what
they kill
about
his ghost.
Mara's not a guardian, right?
No.
Okay. And Osiris doesn't have his ghost.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess they're I mean, we've seen them kill guardians in the past, so I don't think anybody's safe. Bungie's already made that explicitly clear. R.I.P. Cade.
Okay, well, the answers are in. Let's see who's right. I think this will be a good contest. We'll see either way. Okay, well, we had that bet in hand. Discord, you got to hold us to it. So we'll see what happens. I mean, hey, 6 weeks, we're going to know one way or another. So let's dip into some Discord questions, Hazel.
So, first question is for our guest from actually the person I'm playing with right now, Carpal Leader. And the question is, it's asked twice. He's like, okay, well, I guess it's actually two different questions. So, Sharp, what's your favorite anime?
This is a hard one. My favorite anime of all time has to be Hunter and Hunter. Also, Hunter x Hunter. It was an anime that came out in the 90s and recently got a remake in 2011. I ended up watching the original through to the very end, and it was, man, something about 90s anime was really cool. That, the colors were washed, but there was a lot of character in the way that everything was animated, and the story is still to this day one of my favorites, and that anime happens to have what is considered one of the best power structures in any anime. So, basically, your power could be OP, but technically, sometimes it's only overpowered in extreme circumstances, and in other situations, it's just normal. So they did a really good job with the power structure in that anime, and that was why it was so cool, because this character might be the best for this scenario, but given another scenario, they did horrible, even though they were overpowered in one scene. So it felt like the kind of anime where you never know what's going to happen and nobody's really safe. So you were always kind of hoping that your favorite character survives.
Nice. I'll have to check that out.
Yes, sir, do. I think you will enjoy it.
What's anime?
All right. Let you fucking start. So, his second part of the question is, what's the best new anime in your opinion?
I think I have two contenders so far: My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer. Well, technically three, and Jujutsu Kaisen. All three are technically what people are considering like the new top three. But those would be my three picks for best new anime, just because they have really good storylines. They have characters that are, I would not say relatable, but it's like, even though they stick within the bounds of tropes that have already been done before, their new stories and their world building is done in such a way, and the animation all comes together that you just want to keep watching. Because I know you've watched a few of those, Hazel.
Yeah.
And you can agree with me.
Yeah. Now, he does have a note here that I can answer as well. I'm going to say that, yeah, I mean, I can't fault you on either of those. I started watching My Hero Academia, this year, or last year, and I really enjoy it. And Demon Slayer too. I started that last year also. And I think Demon Slayer is just the best.
Mm-hmm. And it is one of those anime that the first 2 or 3 episodes I was really iffy when I first started it, but then like stuff happens, and then it was like from that moment on the story gripped me, and I couldn't
the Boulder episode.
Yeah.
When that whole thing happened, I was like, all right, you got me. I'm hooked. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to give spoilers, but Gatr, I know all this is going over your head right now.
No, I was going to tell you my new anime that I think is best.
Oh gosh, you watch anime? I mean, we have explicit instructions to not let you answer the question. But.
That's probably a good thing because I mean, the only animated series I really like, and it's not anime, was Arcane, and that's the first animated series I've watched in a while, and I loved it. I can't wait for the next season.
Ooh. See, depending on who you talk to, what you said might
anime.
be considered blasphemous.
I know,
but
it's not anime. It's not Japanese animation. I get it.
No, don't get me wrong. I still fault, just because it's Western, Avatar: The Last Airbender is also what I would consider one of the best animated, stories that has ever come out. Because it was well animated, the story was very cohesive and wrapped up very nicely, but because it's Western, it's not considered anime. Because anime for most people is only Eastern.
I get it.
So if it's Western, it's considered a cartoon.
I know what anime is. My kids watched a ton of it when they were younger, and I glanced at it, but I play the dumb card on that.
At it.
I remember my kids used to love Yu-Gi-Oh! That was their big thing they watched.
Oh.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I remember watching that a little bit.
See, I know something about anime.
It was always like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's duel.
Yeah. I always loved how they would throw out the cards. Like it was just like the best thing in the world ever. Just like,
or they would play like these mind games. Like you think you've got me, but you've activated my.
I remember those. I remember that. And I'm like, what? Activated what? What? Dad, I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to listen, Dad. Hush. I'm like, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have one from Isakoroji here. Has Sharp ever been on the show before? Well, we think we've established that, haven't we? That you have not been on our show before. Sorry about that.
Well, I have to give some pretext to this question.
Okay.
Because me and Soccer were actually in Iron Banner. we were playing together when you happened to put out the announcement that I was going to be on the show.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome." I was like, "Yeah, man. The funny thing is, Gatr thinks I've been on the show before." And he's like, "No way." And so then he's like, "I guess you'll like this question then." And then I look in and I was like, "Oh, Soccer's funny."
That's awesome.
Yeah. I listened to Two Titans and a Hunter and the Guardian Hub almost the same time I listened to my own show. So it feels like you've been on the show before when they interviewed you, but my bad.
Oh, no worries. I feel like I've known you for a long time too, Gatr.
Good. Me too.
You feel like you've known yourself for a long time?
No,
Gatr?
I've known Sharp for a long time. Nitro TJ, he's our motocross guy. This one is mainly for Sharp, but Gatr, I'm curious. Most people don't know what my sport motocross is. If you have ever seen it, what are your thoughts on it? For reference, a lot of sports analysts say it's one of the most physically and mentally demanding sports in the world. What do you think, Sharp?
So I had an answer to this, and I'm looking up the name of that movie because
I know the movie. Oh shit! What was that movie? Yeah, I saw that movie too.
The question: have you? What's it called?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. It's been a while.
But he's seen it.
What station was it on?
It was. I don't remember. ESPN.
What was the plot line?
No.
What was the plot line?
It was about an up and coming motocross racer. It was a teenage show. I think if I remember correctly, it was teenagers, and it was a little bit of gossip. It was a little bit like gossip and drama. I can't remember. I can't place them. I remember watching it. See, you got to remember when I watched. My best friend Jeff Coffey was in professional motocross for a while, or I guess in what you would consider the minor leagues, I guess. Of the he was up and coming, and he was hardcore into it, and he was my best friend. I go watch him on his meets. I go watch him, and it was scary as hell watching it. I mean, you could just these bikes were like inches apart, and just dirt flying everywhere and jumps.
Oh yeah,
it was contact. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy how frenzied this was. And I remember looking at that going, there's no way in hell you're going to put me on a motorcycle to do that. But I go riding with him. See, I go riding with him all the time. I had a 3-wheeler and he would use his dirt bike, and I had a pretty strong 3-wheeler back when 3-wheelers were legal, and we would all do jumps and stuff. It would have all these areas we could ride where I live. But, It is very
So
demanding.
I found the movie.
Okay, what's it called?
So the movie was called Motocross. It was from Disney.
Yeah, it was kind of
And,
teenagery.
Yeah, it was basically about a kid who's up and coming, but like he gets injured, and his sister, she wants to get into motocross, so they like cross dress her as a boy
Yeah.
to compete as if she were her brother.
It's Ladybugs.
Yes, but no. It was more like they were sponsored and everything. But yeah, no. I have a few friends who have kids that do it, and like obviously the kids are not as insane as the adults. But yeah, I can imagine with just seeing the dirt flying. The other thing that I've also watched a lot was Nitro Circus, which was like Travis Pastrana. And it was always cool knowing that Travis Pastrana is actually from Baltimore. So really close to home. And man, the stunts that they would pull off, and I know it's not exactly motocross, or motocross just because Nitro Circus is kind of like if Jackass met, extreme sports.
Jeez.
So they would do, dropping out of a plane without a parachute, hoping to find the guy with the parachute, that kind of stuff. And they would also have like 3-wheelers. We're talking about like trikes and what else? Like the motocross bikes. So I have a fascination for it. It looks extremely. I can't. The guys that are adrenaline junkies and can do that stuff, I give them props because sometimes jumping 13 feet into a river is like enough adrenaline for me. And these guys are on, I don't know how much horsepower that bike has, but it's enough to go zooming.
Probably 85 or 100. It's a lot. It's a lot for a bike.
For a bike? Yeah. Those things. Whew.
I had a buddy of mine who got into motocrossing late in his life. He made a jump on, I think he had like a 250, like a mid-level bike. He made a jump, might have been a 400 four-stroke, but he made a jump and broke his foot. He broke the sprocket, he broke the foot peg off, and he broke his foot at the same time.
Oh,
It's demanding, man. Physically, it takes every ounce of your body. Even with these badass suspensions they have on them, it's you and the earth, man, and there's no give when you're off road. So,
well, also in the fact that if for any reason your equipment fails, there's little to no protection. I mean, yeah, you have a helmet, but we're not talking
come on, man. You have skid pads. I mean, don't skateboarders put those on?
Yes, but okay, you're going that fast and you hit the ground. You have the skid pad on, but you're still gonna feel it.
You're gonna break bones.
What about the parts that aren't covered?
I mean, your head, you have a good helmet and wear good goggles, but as far as the rest of your body, you're just flailing out there. If you fall off your bike or get run over or hit or worse, get in one of those multi-collisions, you're going to break some bones.
And you've done like some extreme sport when you've had at least one. And for all of you who've ever done it, you know what I'm talking about. The moment you fall and you feel the chest pains and everyone's like, dude, are you good? Yeah, I'm fine.
Breath gets
you
thrown out.
Barely breathe. Yeah.
I like this one.
Okay.
Hammer Crasher 32. Question for the show. I was just listening to some old shows and you guys always ask about early memories of video games. I was thinking back to a few game systems I came across, but I never hear about. I did a little digging and I now know why. I only saw them once and why I don't hear about them now. They are the Neo Geo and the 3DO systems. They retailed for $650 or higher in the early 90s. Did you guys ever see either of those or a Jaguar made by Atari? Any other obscure systems out there?
I remember 3DO. No, I was a college kid, man. I couldn't afford these systems. Nat Geo, I don't remember.
College did things to him, man. He doesn't remember what.
I was in Florida. I had barely had money to eat. Neo Geo, never heard of this one. 3DO,
what?
I remember.
Really?
No, I remember the 3DO. Well, speak up. Forever hold your peace.
Well, I'm giving you the floor.
I never saw Jaguar either. I think I was past Atari by then. In the 90s, I was already into. I was into PlayStation.
Why does the Neo Geo look like a Game Boy?
That's the Pocket one.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm not Googling it right now, so just talking from what I remember.
Yeah, so I mean, I grew up and I always wanted to play Neo Geo because I wanted to know why it was so expensive, because it was like crazy expensive. But the only thing I never got to play one, but I know that the only experience I had with Neo Geo was that game. What was the one with the shooter where you could?
Wait a minute. This is a Pocket console?
No, they released a Pocket one later.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they released a Pocket one.
I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay.
I need to look it up and find out what the hell. This is going to annoy the hell out of me if I don't find it.
I'm looking at it right now.
It was Metal Slug.
Oh, wait. Metal Slug came out on the Neo Geo?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, because I remember that game. That was fun.
Damn, it came in an arcade cabinet? No, I never could afford this stuff. This is pie in the sky, man.
Oh, my God.
I see the system above it.
It was a system originally.
Right.
And then they released the arcade of like Metal Slug and things like that later.
I'm looking at it right now. Okay.
Or before or after. One of those two. But yeah.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah. The games, on it, I don't exactly know why it was so damn expensive, but I just remember like playing like the arcade version of Metal Slug and that, and I loved it. I actually had a friend of mine who had a Jaguar, and he was like, wow, this is so awesome. But he could only play it for all of like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, and then they quit making stuff for it.
Dang.
So, yeah. So.
Wow. What the funky controller, man, on the Jaguar.
Yeah.
What the hell am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, it's
Dude,
like a pre-cell phone.
It takes me back to the Nintendo 64 controller. That thing was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's like a trident.
I didn't have one, but I remember I had friends who had them. I was like, "What is that controller, dude? Looks like a hood ornament. What the hell is that?" Yeah, it was crazy. Wow, it was the early age of gaming. They were trying all kinds of different stuff to differentiate themselves. You remember the console wars? It was crazy back then, man. It was cutthroat. I don't remember Neo Geo. I don't know why I don't remember that, other than I just blocked it out. My head was in one game console, and that was it.
Yeah, see, I was at that age, so I was like reading like EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, all of that kind of stuff at that time and everything else. So that was just part of me when I was growing up. I loved EGM.
Okay. That was a good question, Hammer Crasher. Thanks for that, man. All right. I'm looking at the clock here. We definitely got to pick it up the pace here. What do you think? A couple more? One more each?
Sure.
Okay.
And we can let,
Sharp, why don't you grab one, Sharp? Why don't you grab one, and then me and Hazel will wrap it up.
So I'm going to pick this one from Chubby Wizard.
Okay.
Question for the show. Have you ever woke up with a song stuck in your head? If so, what song? I woke up this morning singing Just a Friend by Biz Markie. I have no idea why. I haven't heard that song in years, but it was a good way to start the day. Thanks. Love the show. Yeah. So, I would say that the one song that I had stuck in my head for like a week straight was Cars by Gary Newman.
Oh, yeah.
And it was because of that whip. It was like, da-na-na-na, and it was like, I don't know, something about that melody just hooked me, and I could not stop listening to that song for weeks. And, that would be my answer.
Okay.
Cars by Gary Newman.
That's a good one. Hazel, you ever wake up humming to a song?
I can't think of one at the moment.
I know a song I was humming today, and it's my song pick for tonight. But I can't remember waking up humming a song. That's very rarely happens to me. I usually have dreams that I can't even explain when I wake up. It's really weird. Nothing?
No, I can't think of one.
Okay, it's all right. It doesn't always have to be an answer. That's a good question, though, Chubby. That's a good question, man. He always posts good questions. Okay.
Hazel strikes me as a Barbie girl kind of guy.
Barbie girl?
Yeah. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Yep. Every time I hear that now, I think of easy gaming.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why does that make sense? I'm curious.
Why do you have to dissect everything I say? I swear to God. You see what I deal with there, Shark? You see what I have to deal with? I have to I swear to God, I think I'm talking to Burning Wing right now.
No, to be fair, you're like a friend of mine, and every time we would say something to him, he'd go, yeah. And it was like,
yeah,
you
man,
don't even know what we're talking
I'm going
about.
along with the conversation.
So, the reason why I think of easy gaming, and you can tell me your reason later.
Okay.
And
all right.
I'm sure it'll be different. Or you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's exactly why. Right. Yeah. And it's that on the show, like we did for the community, he put that song on there because it was when he was going into the Navy, I believe. That was what they were woken up to and played, and that.
He was talking about that on his song choice. That was his song choice, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Nailed it.
Had to call you out. Subtly
you did.
Or not so subtly.
I'm looking at 5 screens right now, and my daughter's texting me t-shirt design, so I'm like, my ADHD is kicking in hardcore right now. Okay.
And here I am doing Dares of Eternity.
Yeah.
Unlimited rocket launcher ammo. And I'm like,
podcast hanging on by a string.
month ago.
Hanging on by a string. All right.
For you, maybe. I'll keep the shit afloat.
Okay. So that leaves us, me and you. You want to, I'll take us out.
Okay.
You do this next question. I'll take us out.
All right. I'm curious about this one. This is from Joker, aka Will Breaker's Wielder. Mm-hmm. Which host do you think could survive the longest locked in a house with Hazel? Gatr, Sin, Dez, or Kingsley?
Locked down in a house with Hazel.
Now, I don't know. Am I going to kill someone, or are they going to kill me?
I think mentally survive, I think, is what he's going for.
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I thought. That's what came to mind for me.
Right.
So you just dissect my last question. Jesus.
I don't know. It depends. It definitely depends on the person. Like, I would fear for Hazel's life if he's with Kingsley, but I would fear for Gator's life if he's in the same room. So it all depends. But my answer would be Dez.
Dez? You think Dez would? Yeah, I could see that. Dez and Hazel will just get into a comic book or a superhero conversation and just.
Yeah, I think Dez would survive the longest. Gatr, fat chance.
Probably. Yeah, I'd bet on me too. Yeah, I'd bet against me. I would. I mean, I take Hazel in doses every week. I don't know about Dez and Sin. I kid. I'm sure that's reciprocated.
Only 110%.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Hazel got Kingsley to swear, so
yeah. Kingsley would not last. His no way.
No, Hazel would not last. Kingsley.
Why wouldn't I last? Like, I'm curious. I
don't know. I think Kingsley would. I think Kingsley would wail.
I think Kingsley has more raid experience. I think he would. Would find ways. He would find the strategy.
He'd be discovering all the walls of his house, trying to figure out how to get out. Yeah. That's a shout out to last week. Okay. I think I answered mine. I think I answered it. Who do you think, Hazel?
I don't know. I think Sin, Dez, or Kingsley would be like perfect answers.
Next question. I've got one here from someone who hasn't really put questions in here before, so I want to make sure I gave him credit. This is from Sephiroth. If you could pick any character from any movie, I think he meant to say cartoon or video game, and put them into the Destiny world. In other words, Fortnite. Who would you pick? What role would they serve. So we could put him in as an NPC. Is that what he's asking?
Mm-hmm.
Character from any movie. Okay. What do you think, Sharp? Any movie, cartoon, or video game?
Okay. I don't know why, but this just randomly popped into my head. First thing that came to mind, Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
And he would be the new Drifter.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that'd be cool. He'd be drunk. Like drunk.
That'd be better than OG Drifter.
Of course.
By far.
Yeah, probably funnier too.
I probably need sound bites of the Drifter now. Bank them moats. Let's bang some knuckles. All right.
No, it's not bang some knuckles. It's bang knuckles.
Oh, yeah. Bang knuckles. We always dance when he says that.
Could you imagine Jack Sparrow? He'd be like, "Now you need to bank the moats."
You know what a good idea would be? Bank your moats.
So many sound bites tonight. I love it. That's
You could
season
end
4.
You could end this bloody game if you bank your moats. Do it.
Look, I'm a rather good captain, but you need to bank your moats.
You know who's not a good captain? You. Now bank your damn moats.
And then we could have Scumdeath say this.
Dirty old git.
Bank your moats.
Dirty old git.
All right. Wow. Okay. What do you think, Hazel? Any character from a movie, cartoon, or video game? And don't say Spider-Man.
How about Neo? Where basically you can run through and you can stop bullets, and that's the only thing you can do.
I like it.
No, that's a terrible fucking answer.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I broke Sharp. My answer would probably have to be Vegeta.
Okay.
I think that'd be cool.
You mean Vegeta?
Vegeta, yeah.
Vegeta.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Yeah, with Velveeta. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody that can power up and just keep trying to progress. Because he would fit in the world of Destiny to a degree.
I know. I want to put this character in. I'm just trying to think.
He'd definitely be a Titan because he punches things.
Oh yeah.
I want to pick this character. I'm just thinking where I'd put him on the tower. Okay. I'm going to say Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Oh.
And have him replace.
Which one?
No. The OG Agent Smith. God damn you. Oh my God. I would have him replace the Cryptarch. Because everybody hates the Cryptarch anyway. Kick him off. Throw him off the tower. And put Agent Smith there. There we go. That's a great idea. I like that.
Yeah, Jonathan Groff did a really good job. So yeah, I agree.
I can hear it now. Mr. Guardian, come to decipher Nengram, have we? It was inevitable.
Definitely.
Yeah, when you shard it right in front of him, he's like, "That's the sound of inevitability."
Well, damn it, you beat me to it.
Mr. Anderson, do you hear that? That's the sound of inevitability.
That's Mrs. Gatr too. That'd be great. It's inevitable. Cash it in. Let's go. All right. Good questions, everybody. That was fun. Thanks for playing along.
Thanks for the question.
Thanks for playing along, Sharp. Thanks for playing along, man. That was fun.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for the questions, guys.
All right, Elmer Fudd, let it rip.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah, Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. We love you, brother. Keep it up. This is the final segment of our show. This is where we pick our songs for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. Just a little sample of what the two of us and our guest SharpValor here listens to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify, and we have it on iTunes for all of you Apple users out there as well. And I always post the hyperlinks in our show notes if you want to follow along, see what we add every week. Maybe you'll find some stuff in there you want to add to your collection. We now have 898 songs. Holy shit. I think it's gotten a little out of hand, Hazel. Representing all of us.
Nah, it's good.
Let's keep it going. Okay. All of us and our past guests. You know, I always say, I start saying this every week. It's a true musical history of our show since July of 2019. I mean, whatever song you find in here, one of our guests added this at some point in the last 3+ years. So it's pretty cool.
Exactly. You know, we could be like a lesser podcast that's out there and only let our guests add one song, but you know, we're not like that.
This isn't, no. SharpValor, what'd you add tonight, brother?
Okay. In Gatr fashion, this first song was written by none other than Freddie Mercury. It was performed by Queen. The song was written for the film Highlander and released on the album A Kind of Magic. It was from 1986, and the song is Princes of the Universe.
Nice.
Now, it's not a song that everybody knows from Queen. If you watched Highlander, you've heard it. But whenever I think when I first heard your podcast and I knew that you guys picked songs, this was like the first song that came to my mind.
Nice.
Because it made me think of Guardians and Destiny.
Okay.
That were technically like the princes of the universe.
That's nice. Awesome.
Good.
I have that song stuck in my head now.
It's the most well thought out song pick we've had. Nice.
And the second song, this one was like because it's the year of nostalgia, you know.
Oh yeah.
Quote unquote. This second song comes to us from a band that dissolved in 2012, and they recently made a comeback. They reunited. And the band is Swedish House Mafia, and this song is A Moth to a Flame, which features The Weeknd as the vocals. It is more of like a pop EDM song, but it is definitely a goodie. And I'm super stoked that this is a band I listened to in high school. When they dissolved in 2012, the EDM world was shook, and when we found out that they were going to be making, you know, a reunion, everyone went ballistic. So it's great when one of your favorite bands or groups of all times comes back together. And so that's why it's kind of like nostalgic, even though it's new.
Yeah, I heard someone say something about nostalgia in the past. I can't remember who. Anyway, good picks, man.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Can't put a finger on it.
I can't either. All right. Good picks, man. Good picks.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. All right, Hazel. What we got, man?
All right. So my first pick is Colorado by Milky Chance. So this is I'm still on my alt rock kick, so I have to go with it. And no, Gatr, this is not me trying to get in Elmer Fudd's good graces by picking his state. So, but it might be. So aside from that, my second pick is a song that my daughter loves now, and it is Do You Want to Taste It by Wigwam.
Yeah, I saw that one. I've never heard of this one.
You lying son of a
Wigwam? Wigwam?
Yeah.
I'll probably once I play it, I'll probably know.
This is 80s hair metal.
Oh, right.
And you hear him? What?
I'm being honest, man. Hair metal?
Have you watched Peacemaker?
Yeah. Oh, is it the opening song?
Yes.
Dude, I love this show. You know what I love about this show? Is John Cena is out there dancing, and everybody who's in the show gets out there and line dancing? I don't know what kind of dance it is. It's freaking hilarious, dude.
It's the best.
This show is so great.
Okay, I'll have to watch it then.
Oh, they make fun of themselves. I love it, man. It's like a meme of a movie.
It's absurd and obscene and just, but yeah, my daughter loves like this song, and I've been playing it and she's just like,
just don't let her hear those F words, man. They sling it on that show. Holy moly.
Oh, well, yeah, but no,
you're talking about the song.
It.
Got you. I got you.
I'm just, I played the intro for her, so she sees him dancing and she's like,
it is so cool.
We got to dance like that.
Oh, yeah. Please send video. I won't use it, I promise.
Yeah.
You can post it if he loses the bet.
Oh, good picks, man.
I wouldn't.
Oh, well, he still doesn't have any video for the poker app. I mean, there's really no proof he did it. So anyway, we won't go down that road.
Not my fault. You're editing.
Hey, man, technical difficulties. I don't know what to tell you. I had to reboot tonight. For some reason, my computer didn't agree with me. Okay. My first pick, everyone's been posting these old nostalgic songs in our Discord lately. And man, I just said, you know what? I'm going all old school tonight. So this first pick, this is a band that originated in San Francisco in 1965. They are considered the pioneers of psychedelic rock. They're one of the bands that participated in Woodstock in 1969. This song was written by the lead singer back then, Grace Slick, who was instrumental in the band's commercial success. And she was pretty damn good looking in both James Bond movies too. The song is White Rabbit, which I got a certain movie I've heard that from. I can't place it.
Oh,
anyway.
Gatr, do you know the names of the other bands that she was in?
Grace Slick? She was a model.
I'm referring to this song, the group.
Well, the group
because they had three names.
The band is Jefferson Airplane or Jefferson Starship.
Okay. And what was the last one?
Oh man.
Just take away Jefferson.
Just Jefferson? Oh
no, it's just Starship.
Just Starship? Oh well, that doesn't count, dude. That doesn't count. Starship was terrible, man. That was a terrible band. There was hardly anybody left in the band by then. Was Grace Slick really in it? In Starship?
I have no idea.
I don't think she was still there.
I just know that they became Starship eventually.
They were actually they were non-existent until Grace Slick showed up. She's the one who put the face on the band and really launched them. She was a big-time model back then. And of course she can sing, so it's even better. I was
really happy you put that one.
Yeah, I saw, I can't believe it wasn't in our playlist already. I'm like, man, I got to start putting some good songs in here. For my next pick, this was a song I've been humming all day. Thomas Morgan Robertson, an English musician, producer, composer, entrepreneur, and teacher. He came to prominence in the 80s, releasing hit singles, including this song that I chose tonight, and Hyperactive from 1984. He's also worked as a producer and a session musician. In the 90s, this musician founded Beatnik. It was a Silicon Valley software company whose technology was used to play internet music, and later the polyphonic ringtones, including the Nokia tune. Remember that sound? That'll take you back. He was also the music director for the TED Conference, on faculty at the Peabody Institute at Johns Hopkins University. He's been there since 2014, and he also leads Peabody's Music for New Media program, which started enrolling students in 2018. So yeah, the guy's done a lot with his life. So my song is this musician's first breakthrough hit from 1982-83, which I remember my brother and I listened to this tape back and back and back on his new boombox when I was only 13. From 82, it's the song She Blinded Me with Science from the one and only Mr. Thomas Dolby. And the album was The Golden Age of Wireless. Here's what I want to know. When he came up with the name of this album, how did he know that people were going to be going wireless? This is way before wireless became a thing. Isn't that weird? They came out with the title of this album before wireless was even a thing.
He watched Back to the Future too.
Is that what it was? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, couple announcements before we go tonight. Just reminding everyone that we do have our scrims on Monday nights. Probably not this Monday because Iron Banner. But normally on Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of players that participate every Monday, and we get some new faces rotating in too, which is really cool to see. And
I love that you keep saying it's on Monday when actually it's on Wednesday this week.
Oh, is it this week? Well, we do Mondays and Wednesdays, and we rotate whether it's good. Wednesday will be a raid night or another scrim night. This is kind of weird because it's Iron Banner. It's only once a month. So yes, it is this, my bad. It is this Wednesday because Iron Banner will still be going on a Monday night before reset. So, yeah. I'm still doing my competitive 30-day challenge. I know I've been lazy. I'm on day 22. I think I'm at Mythic 2.5 or Mythic 3, somewhere really close in there. I realize I only got 6 weeks left, so I'm going to be wrapping this up very soon. And I just wanted to say a special thank you and shout out to our new Patreon members. That would be Mr. Monkey, Red Grackle, Kingsley Mack, and Mr. Arisen Phoenix. Thank you, my dudes. We appreciate all you do for us and your support. All the Patreon proceeds are going right back into our community. Everything we do with this podcast is for fun things like drawings, the Speakpipe, music transitions. So much more comes out of this, and all these special things that we do in our show comes out of me and Hazel and I's pockets. So the fact that you guys are helping, subsidize some of this for us, we just feed this right back into our community. So we thank you very much for everything you guys are doing. And before the month of January ends, anybody who signs up with our Patreon, no matter what level you sign up with, we have a special founder patron decal that we're going to be mailing out to everyone who joins us before the end of the month. So just something we're offering out there for people who are founding patrons out there, and that we're getting us started. So, we thank you for that. So check out our Patreon page if you do want to support our show. It's patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast. All one word. And, like I said, helps us out with the show. And, Hazel and I hopefully made the patron tiers fun. So we hope that, you kind of look at that and have a little chuckle. If you do have some ideas on rewards, patron tiers, let us know. We might move things around down the road. So, well, hey, that is another episode in the can. We have 129 other episodes out there for our listeners, with interviews from gamers all over our community. So if you're just now finding out about us, take a look at those. They're all listed on our webpage, guardiandowncast.com. Well, Mr. SharpValor, thanks for coming on tonight. We appreciate it, man.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's like a dream come true.
You want to plug your podcast and where people can find you, man?
Oh, sure. Well, technically you can find me here in the Discord. I'm always around. Scrim nights with the guys. I try to be there, and maybe we'll be on the same team. Who knows? Yep. And you can find my podcast, whether we wanted it or not. Any catcher. And you can find me also on Twitter, same name, SharpValor. I don't really tweet that much, but you can find me there.
It's one of my favorite avatars in our Discord. Did you make that yourself, by the way?
I did. I styled it off of I saw somebody they showed me like a logo of their band name, and it had like that funky letter. Right. And so I grabbed my iPad and I made a quick design.
Yeah, look good, man. Looks really sharp. Oh, damn. Look at that. You got the desired effect, because it does look sharp. What he did there. That was a Freudian slip, because it does look sharp. It looks very commercial, man. I like it. It's very professional looking. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks again, man. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. This has been fun.
Yeah. This is a fun night.
You have no idea. It's so cool to see Hazel rip into Gatr like live in the. Mm-hmm. I got a front stage seat. Yeah,
front row seat. Yeah, it's late.
Front row seat.
We get it. It's late. We understand.
We aim to please here.
We do. We do.
Yeah. That was my deep throat moment. Sorry, guys.
There we go. That wraps it up. That tied it in. All right, Hazel.
I feel bad for you, because now we're going to keep calling it the deep throat moment.
I think we found a title. Oh
boy. I don't know.
I'll have to think about that one.
I don't know if that's going to pass.
I don't think that might get some hate. Well, we'll have to see. Hey,
I'm sure that Apple's going to be like, nope.
Yeah, they're probably, yeah. All right, Hazel.
Apple's like, this is porn.
Where can people find you, man?
All right. You can find me anywhere and everywhere as Hazel NT.
Remember, you can find me on Twitter at Todd the Gatr. Remember, that's TODD the Gatr. Gatr. You can also find me on Steam and PS5 as Gatr, Gatr, all caps, and don't forget those underscores. And I'm on YouTube, spelled the same way, or just go Gatr-Guardian Downcast, where we actually post our episodes as well as your normal podcast catchers out there. And if you want to listen along and on YouTube, you're sitting in the office and that's the way you want to hear it, it's there for you to listen to. You know we can't leave tonight, guys, without a Scumdeath's Corner. Uncle Scumdeath, what's going on this week, brother?
Hello, and welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. This one's going to be a little bit different. What I'm going to do is I am throwing it out to everybody in this Discord. I've been doing Scumdeath's Corner for a good few years now, and I want one of you to have a go at it. So, what I'm suggesting is one of you in the Discord records a Scumdeath Corner on your phone. Don't call it Scumdeath Corner, call it your own name's corner. And DM it to me via the medium of email. Record it on your phone, MP3. Send it to me via this email address, scumdeath@hotmail.co.uk. That is scumdeath.co.uk. Email it to me, and I will pick the best one. And then next week, it will be your corner, not Scumdeath's. So, what do you think about this? If no one DMs me via the medium of email, then I'll do it myself. But if anyone wants to have a go at trying to make Gatr and Hazel laugh and me, then give it a go. If not, I'll do one. Anyway, be lucky. Love you all. Just remember, scumdeath.co.uk. Email me. It would be lovely to hear from you. Anyway, I love you all. Stay safe. Stay away from Omicron. Bye.
Isn't this a great idea?
I like it.
I like this. This is awesome, Uncle Scumdeath. Good job, buddy. I cannot wait. Oh, come on, guys. Just flood him with emails. Come on, throw him all kinds of recordings. Keep him busy. He'll make him go through them and make him agonize on which one to pick. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Hey, everyone, continue to be safe out there. And more importantly, take care of one another.
The weight of the world was on your shoulders, and still you triumphed. Marvelous.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Get toddled.
That's it? Bye.
Hazel, how do you do, man? You
I
lost
think
count.
we're going to have to go to the tape.
You lost count, didn't you?
Well, I was doing it on my phone, and for some reason, my phone took it away.
I'm so putting this in the outtakes. Well, when I'm right about this is all Hazel's going to say. Hazel, you're a genius. Oh, wait, did I just say that? That was the wrong one. Shit.
I didn't have to hear it. Well done.
That's getting edited. That's
Perfect.
getting cut out. There's no way.
No, that was what he meant.
That was the ultimate Freudian slip right there.
Damn it. I labeled it wrong. Shit.
That's amazing.
Oh, God.
Mr. Guardian, come to decipher Nengram, have we? It was inevitable.